box at the moment. But here we go, the finals. I love the game. Peter Jackson VFL Final Series is underway from Burbank Oval. It's Williamstown taking on the Casey Demons.
Jake Spencer in ruck against Nick Meese. He got 32 hit-outs himself last week. It was a Saturday night game against Werribee. We are underway, finals footy. And the ball gets hacked towards half forward here for Williamstown. Donnell overran it though, and a couple of Demons over the top of it. Wagner didn't see the pressure coming, got tackled off the ball. There is a free kick though. He never really had it. And it is going to go the Casey Demons' way.
Yep, we'll keep an eye on some of these matchups this afternoon, Adam. Short kick, Trengove takes the mark at half-back for the Demons. He chooses to go long up the line. Bug coming in. Now free kick's being picked out. It will go the way of the Demons. Didn't quite see what it was for because it was happening slightly off that contest. Anyway, the kick going inside 50. It's a deep ball. Greiser there to meet it. Got two Demons in front of him. Handball across. It ends up with Forks. Tackled by Bug. Got the handball away. And good work. The ball over the line. We'll have it thrown in about 5 metres around from the Casey goal. No score yet on the Holmesglen scoreboard.
You can already see that Casey, what they're going to do is put pressure on the ball carrier, and that's what they're being renowned for this season.
So that throw in may have just held up in the breeze a little bit. Meese got there first, got it to Greiser, and now Jolly with the hand pass to Gibbons. Left foot down the line. That's going to be effective. So they're out of danger here, and Donnell has the ball for the Seagulls. Left half back. There is a switch available. Charleston was asking for it, but Donnell wants to go longer instead. Outer wing, centre wing. Jolly, we'll see it go out of play. Kilty was near it. And a boundary throw in. It's on the Morris Street wing. So no score yet on the Holmesglen scoreboard here. The winner straight to the prelim final. They get a week off. The loser has to play the winner of today's other game. We'll have scores from that from Port Melbourne as it goes on. I think it starts in about a half hour from now. Half forward here for Williamstown, and it's on ground level and not going anywhere. Ball up just on the outskirts of 50.
One player in particular I've just noticed early, just getting his hands on the ball, just isn't sticking it. Michael Gibbons, just watch his speed around the ball. He's an enormous accumulator of footy.
Nick Meese getting the tap down as per usual. Coming through there nicely was Brayshaw for Casey, trying to get the ball into space. The boundary line is where the destination ends up, and we're going to have it thrown in. Half forward here for Williamstown.
Singh, Tippett and Forks, the backline players, important player to defensive part of Williamstown.
Meese is going to get the ruck contest all to himself. Maynard dragged down in the tackle though for Casey. Ball eventually released. No one going to get clear of this. Eventually it spills free as it heads again into the path of Maynard. Got a couple of early possessions for the Demons, and they might get some run going across centre wing. They do. Bug runs onto it, runs to half forward, kick inside 50. It's a low ball. Singh there with the double fister, heading towards the line. It might stay in. Kennedy Harris couldn't keep it in. And we'll have it thrown in 20 metres around from the Casey goal. No scorers yet. Early stages of this one. On the Holmesglen scoreboard, Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018.
Another game today is at Port Melbourne. Richmond taking on Collingwood, traditional rivals, as Jolly clears the ball out, and out the back here it's Ace Cordy. Hand pass a bit too hot for Gibbons. Had to go back into the chaos. Donnell, hand pass out, and now Cordy gets it moving. They are out of danger here, Williamstown, and it's Sipos who sends it deep, and this will be the first goal of the game. Out the back, it's Mark on, and the Gulls strike first. 1 straight 6-0 on the Holmesglen scoreboard.
See that then, and Markon kept running forward. He knew that he's backed his Williamstown player to get the football, kept running towards goal, the ball coming long, and that's a set play. Adam Markon on the end of it comes off the ground at the moment. He's kicked the goal, and a good start for the Gulls.
Certainly is.
I think we've lost the time clock here.
We have the clocks a bit on the blink, about 4 minutes into this opening quarter.
Graham Crocker sitting next to you.
Our coverage today brought to you by Holmesglen, the home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trade qualification, or sign up your apprentice today, holmesglen.edu.au. And Anytime Fitness, you up for the challenge? Dare yourself and join Anytime Fitness today. There's a ball back in the middle. No in a hurry, up and under sort of stuff, and the ball in Casey hands. There's Stretch going to kick inside the 50. Coming out to meet it nicely is Sam Wiedemann. And he'll line up and have the shot 48 metres out, pretty much directly in front.
Good play, young Sam, and got out in front, took it above his head and shot on goal.
He's kicked 14 goals in his 12 games today so far this season.
Bit off the ball down there with Charleston.
I expect a little bit of niggle sort of stuff. But in comes Sam Wiedemann. This will give us a good indication of the breeze. From 48. And he's missed it. It's out to the right. First score for Casey on the Holmesglen scoreboard. They're one behind. Williamstown 1 straight 6.
So long kick in. Dorgan wasting no time. He'll go towards Stoney, toward the bayside wing. It came off hands and at ground level. Stretch got his hand pass out. Demons back inside 50, and it's Bailey Fritsch that takes the mark on the 45-degree angle. Will probably kick it also from 45 out. And there's a man down right next to him too here. Right next to him, I think it's Munro.
It is. Leading goal kicker in the for the Casey team. 36 goals for the season from his 17 games.
Did kick 3 goals last week against Werribee.
Like he got some sort of hip problem or back problem.
So Wiedemann missed moments ago. That was directly in front. We've probably got the same distance here, but now a bit of an angle. Left full pocket, left foot's on the way from Bailey Fritsch. It's across the face. So 2 behinds for the Demons. 1 straight 6, Williamstown. Holmesglen scoreboard.
He's in a bit of trouble, young.
Is he coming off the ground, Stoney?
He is coming off the ground, yeah. He's walking off the ground, in fact. Just I've watched this as a physio.
Lower back, Stoney.
As Dorgan goes long, deep outside the 50. Getting onto it is Brayshaw. He's going absolutely nowhere, and the umpire will come in and throw it up. It's half back, just on the flank, getting up towards centre wing on the base side of the grounds. Ball tossed back up. Meese got the tap down, coming through Kennedy for Casey, but it's picked up by Gibbons, who just hacks it up the line. And it's off hands and out of bounds right near the interchange benches, right in front of Declan Kilty, who's not liking the attention he's getting from Sammy Donnell. They push off each other and the ball will be thrown in right in front of the Casey bench. As this ball tossed back in. That one down to Meese. Kilty got it out to Billy Stretch, who kicks up the line. He's going to turn the footy over though, and the mark has been taken by Joel Tippett.
Wanted to look for the switch initially. There was nothing on offer in the corridor, so he's going to go down the line here. Bewley, I reckon, was free as well. He goes boundary side, very close to the Casey bench, and it does go out of bounds on the full. A wasted ball from Joel Tippett.
We've got the physio and the doctor. James Munro's laying on his back, his legs in the air. Doctor and physio just having a conversation with him. So it's doesn't look too good at the moment. He's getting up now. So interesting, we'll see what sort of treatment he gets.
Kilty's taking the kick right where that action's happening on the bench.
There's another whistle
and
here, Adam.
He might have to retake his kick.
Yep. Well, while we've got this lull in play, our coverage today brought to you by Holmesglen, the home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trade qualifications, or sign up your apprentice today, holmesglen.edu.au. And Anytime Fitness, you up for the challenge? Dare yourself and join Anytime Fitness today.
Finals football, Peter Jackson VFL, no mark for King, boundary throwing.
The Love the Game Finals series promoting responsible gaming, the Responsible Gaming Foundation. It's about enjoying the game, not the odds.
Yeah.
Throughout this final
big push
series.
For that in a lot of community clubs.
Absolutely.
Certainly at local level. I'm aware of quite a few that have taken up that initiative, and a great one it is. Meese won it down, but Greiser couldn't quite break through with the ball. Maynard fighting hard for it. It's a chaotic one here at the moment. King wrapped up by Myers, got his hand pass out, and then Greiser held up another Demon. Trying to come through now, but held up pretty quickly. Johnston eventually, ball spills out into some space. Hashtag we stand alone in the pocket here. That's where this is all happening. Finally a stoppage. Good hard tough footy there. As Thomas Bug gets up alongside Josh Newman. Left forward pocket here, Meese. I reckon he wanted Willie Wheeler that time. Couldn't get it down. Curry had a bounce off his chest, and now Johnston lost it. Jolly. Fresh air there from Myers. A very good tackle to push him off the kick there by Hewlett, and it's a boundary throw in again. In front of the grandstands here at Williamstown. The flags where you are, Stoney, they're blowing directly across the ground out into the bay.
Looked to have dropped off a bit too.
Just as you say that, though, our effects Mike's just picked up another gust. Boundary throw in. It's a 4-point game here in favour of Williamstown. They've got the only goal of the game that belongs to Adam Mark-on. And now Mitch Gents wrapped up another stoppage.
I reckon Williamstown if they can block and stop and have that many stoppages that Meese gets his hand in the footy, they're going to stop them kicking goals with this breeze.
Agree with you. We'll get an update on Munro in just a moment as Morris trying to create a contest here for Casey. It does eventually spill free. The high ball from Collis is going to be turned over inside 50. It's a Williamstown ball. It's Greiser who's got it. Now, short is Singh, still inside defensive injury, so he decides to go for a run across the ground, and now the kick dangerous outside the 50, but it came out all right. There's the first coup for the final series. Here goes to Gibbons, who takes a good mark. His kick going long, and that worked out okay too. Working there is Schultz. He goes inside the 50, and Donnell takes it. Maybe a bit too far out to score with the breeze. He's going to kick from 52 metres out.
Now, he can kick this. He puts this to the left-hand goalpost. Or he can get the journey here. He's just got to get it. He's looking for a handball there.
Nick Singh was driving by. That's not going to happen.
But I reckon if he... No.
Bewley is going to be the man. He goes from 55 out. It's going across the face of goal. No one can take the mark. It's in a dangerous position. Plenty of numbers around the footy. Mark-on found some space. Handball to the top of the goal square. A big mass of players. Numbers there. Well done, Morris, through the chain of handballs. Now it's picked up nicely by Wagner. He's going to find himself in a bit of trouble. How far did he go?
Too far.
Too far in the end. He's given away the free kick. And so, a shot at goal coming up. And let's see what Sammy Donnell can do this time. He'll line up on the angle.
Left-hand goalpost, Pete. He can get the journey here. It's probably about 40, is it?
And he'll kick from just inside the 50.
I reckon the breeze might aid him here, Stoney.
Yeah, if he goes left-hand, he can make it come back.
Sammy Donnell, 25 goals in his 17 games for season 2017. What a player he's been for the Williamstown Football Club. Steps inside the 50. He puts the ball up high. Is it drifting back? Not enough. One behind. 1-1-7. Plays two behinds. Williamstown leading Casey. We've gone about 12 minutes in this opening quarter on the Homestead scoreboard. Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018.
Trengove went toward the Morris Street side of the grounds, almost got picked off by Donnell, but he won a free kick anyway. So the Seagulls go long and deep again. And it's in the hands here. Mark-on nearly got the handball from Chisari. Good tackle there from Stretch. Now Jolly. They're trying to find some space here to Seagulls. Johnston, he gets held up, ground level. Chisari, he gets put down. Ball up.
So James Munro is now working with the doctor and the physio, trying to free up the back. So they've got a bit of a concern about his back, just trying to get it seizing up a bit at the moment. Neither
ruckman got that one down. Now Gibbons has to go over his shoulder. It's a very high ball. I think it'll be 15. Cordy was the man under it. Now Cavaro with the sharking ball. Got his hand pass out, and the Gulls go with the switching pass. 2 bites of the cherry for Schultz. Locals wanted the mark paid. I think he wanted to play on. Perhaps it wasn't paid in the end. Johnston, desperate handball out, and the Demons will get out of danger now, though the kick is not great, and Forks takes the mark. Switch. Gibbons still inside the square. So they go deep again. The lead's on offer. And it's effective. Gibbons hits his target. And the Seagulls can have another shot on goal.
They're well coached. They're well drilled. They just wait for opportunities, and they know their game and know each other so well that they've got another shot on goal here.
All eyes on Lee Masters. 23 goals this season. Got one last week against Footscray.
Talk about the spread of goal kickers for this season. A couple of standouts there, but very even across the forward line for Williamstown.
About 46 metres out. It might be tracking across the face. It is. Another blemish. 1-2-8 Williamstown. Casey 2 behinds. We've got the score clock, game clock back up and running. Almost 10 gone on the home plan scoreboard. But it's going to be
a bit 4 minutes ahead of that too.
Oh, okay.
Because they started
I'll
late.
ignore that then, Peter.
As Jay Kennedy-Harris gets on the end of it. Here at defensive 50 for Casey. A long ball. Oh, big grab from Fritsch. He climbed high over Singh and took the mark. One for the highlight reel. There's the kick going across the ground into the path of Johnston. He had to take it on the half volley. It spills free. Working through Bramble, the 23rd player today for Williamstown. Takes a bounce up centre wing. And his kick is good. He finds Donnell. As they look to settle again, the kick over the top is good. And Bramble, did he catch it in time? He did, right near the boundary line at half forward. His kick, well, it's not the greatest. It's a floating ball going inside the 50. It's going to be mopped up here. Collis, 23rd player for Casey. And his kick was a bit skew-if, but it worked out okay, and Trengove takes the mark. He's right at the last line of defence. His kick is short. His kick is good. Billy Stretch takes the mark.
Wants some options to come at him. He's going to send it sort of a medium sort of kick down the line. Hewlett had one hand to work with against Forks and gets the free kick. So I reckon Williamstown dominating forward half here at the moment. Casey have had a couple of chances at goal. They've only got 2 behinds on the Holmes Glen scoreboard so far. High kick from Hewlett. In toward the hot spot. Schultz is out the back, got a hand pass off and just pushed off his kick there, Newman. This one needs to be mopped up here inside defensive 50. Chisari, Newman. Seagull's out of danger, but it's coming back. He's put it straight down the throat of Hutchins. It bounced off his chest and then just ran into the tackler in Sipos. Lucky he had help. Up towards half forward, a rush ball. This is a chaotic one for Casey. It is a turnover eventually. Masters, Newman, down the line again. It's all red and blue, but the bounce did not favour Jet. Out the back, it's Kennedy Harris. Sand pass to Kilty. Hutchins, he'll put it onto the boot. The skipper sends it deep. Wiedemann's got the sit. One bite, no mark taken. Off hands, who's available at ground level? Chance here for Scott, left it for a teammate. Kick was smothered as it was about to go inside 50. Maynard overran the ball. Kennedy's over the top of it. Finals footy at its best. Pushing the back, and a free kick will go Casey's way.
It goes to Ben Kennedy, who's 55 from goal. He's just going to chip the ball up nice and high. Fritsch has got the set. He couldn't take the mark. Plenty of numbers around here for Williamstown. Picking up Grice that was tackled. Running it over the line is Johnston, and we'll have it thrown in 15 metres around from the Casey goal. The Holmes Glen scoreboard 117 Williamstown. Casey Demons 2 behinds. We played 16 minutes in this opening quarter. There's the ball to be tossed back in. Go at it. Meese went without it in the end, trying to come through Dorg and just acted on the boot. This is a high ball right up to the 50, defensive 50 that is. Flying high there was Trengove. He couldn't get a handle on it. It's like a rolling maul there at the moment, a stoppage, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up.
Just waste time for the Williamstown boys, just waste as much time as you can.
Peter Jackson, VFL Live, the Love the Game final series, the qualifying final. Over the back, Spencer getting the tap down, but coming through is Gibbons. Now he's got to kick out wide to centre wing, and that's a good option because he finds Cordy. There's not a lot happening up ahead. They've got to run down. Donnell is one of those. He takes the mark on defensive 50. It's a wide open 50. The kick now going to the top of the square. Coming in with the fist is Collis. He's under all sorts of pressure. Plenty of demons there. Spilly Stretch on the last line of defence goes in short. It's a good kick, and Morris takes the mark.
So deep inside defensive 50, Ed Morris just slowing the tempo down. Short pass for Spencer is okay, and he'll go for Jay Kennedy Harris. A couple of the Melbourne listed players combining. So Kennedy Harris on the outskirts of defensive 50. Had to get around Singh up towards half forward. Dorgan, is he giving away a free kick here? He has. Free kick, Casey. Advantage paid as Thomas Bugg. Left foot ball. Goal. Casey get on the board, and they're in front. 1-2-8 the Demons, the Seagulls 1-1-7 on the Holmes Glen scoreboard.
Classy player, Tommy Bugg, and he knew where the ball was going and ran to the right spot. That's what the difference is. The players that just can see the play unfolding in front of them, and good kick at goal.
Yeah, coverage today brought to you by Holmes Glen, the home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trade qualifications, or sign up your apprentice today, homesglen.edu.au. And Anytime Fitness, are you up for the challenge? Do yourself and join Anytime Fitness today. On the Holmes Glen scoreboard, 14.5 gone, 1-2-8. Casey, Williamstown, 1-1-7. Will Collis, the 23rd player for Casey today, and as I mentioned, Lachlan Bramble, the 23rd player for Williamstown. Ball back in the middle, went outside the circles, we'll do it again. In fact, both Collis boys playing today. Dylan number 5 and Will 53. I think
it's a good Casey contingent here. There was a fairly good reaction to that goal.
I think so. A few Melbourne supporters disappointed. Imagine as Meese just decided to go with the legs. into his opposite numbers. This ball going up nice and high. Back in the centre circles, it's going nowhere. Now it ends up with Brayshaw, who gets a bit of run through the centre square. His kick going inside 50. It's a deep ball. Coming out to meet it there was Fritsch. Couldn't pick it up. Singh does though, and he goes wide. This ball heading towards the boundary. That is a hell of a slips catch. Or is it out on the full?
No, it was actually
Schultz.
He actually touched it before and took it over. So well done, young Schultz.
You sure, Stoney?
Yeah, absolutely.
That looked like one of those ones was either a mark or on the full.
No, 2 touches.
Okay.
This ball tossed back in. Meese getting the tap down. Ball just again players around it.
We're in the best spot, Stoney, so.
And we'll have it thrown up on centre wing.
Right.
Trust the
128 playing 117. Peter Jackson VFL live today. The Love the Game final series as the ball's tossed back up. Meese getting it down only as far as Wagner. He lost a handle on the footy. Ball heading towards the boundary line. It's being kept in. Trying to get onto it is Kennedy. He's taken over the line and we'll have it thrown in again.
Right in front of where James Munro's getting some tape applied to his back there. We've got concerns about it. They want to try and free him up, get him back on the ground.
Yeah, so that happened in the opening minutes of the game. Boundary throw in. Meese right in front of King that time, and Wheeler gets a very high ball, very vertical, not much horizontal about that one, and in the end, it's a Casey ball. There is a free kick though, high contact.
Don't argue.
It's coming back. Williamstown's way for Schultz. Kavara half-hearted lead. He goes now back into the pack, and Schultz will send it deep. There's more demons where he put it. And we'll start again. Last line of defence. King got in the right spot. Goes wide. And they are out of danger now. Stretch can go for a dash and sends it over the top. It's a one-on-one. Hewlett. He was up against Curry. Got the fist on the ball. It's a Williamstown ball though. Newman switching pass. Very good for Wheeler. And he's away in the corridor. Willie towards half forward. A little dinky kick. Definitely not 15 for Mark on that will be. And now it's in the hands of Bramble. Right half forward. Too far out to score. Williamstown kicking to the city end in the opening term. Ben Jolly decided to go against the breeze. Inside 50 we go. Chisari ground level. Ball spilt out. And it goes toward the boundary line. I think there might have been a question or two for deliberate from the Casey defenders, and it's going to be a boundary throw.
I'm going to make. So I reckon James Munro will last long in this game. He is struggling big time. His movement is really limited at the moment.
Meese again got in front of King. Quick, hurried chaos ball to clear it out. And it got punched back inside 50 here. Kennedy Harris got it back, needed some help, and it wasn't there. So the Seagulls pressure came and forces a stoppage in the end. It's just inside 50 now. 1 goal apiece. We're into time on opening term on Peter Jackson. VFL Live finals footy. I love the game finals this year as now Dorgan, his kick smothered, ricochets back in towards the corridor. Bewley, immediate pressure for Bewley. Got his hand pass out in time. Where was the help? Kavara, Dorgan, left foot, inside 50, effective. Shot on goal coming up for Sam Donnell.
He is a good player, this bloke. He just knows where the ball's going to be, and I think he's had 2 or 3, 4 shots on goal. And,
he's really good at getting free, isn't he?
Yeah, he reads the play well and just knows where to go and just reads the play really well.
We've got to mark him pretty tightly as Williamstown just about clear their bench, and the skipper among those is sneaking back out onto the ground. Gibbons and Sipos the others. 3 very good players, as is this man. And Williamstown back in front. Sam Donnell kicks the goal. Holmes Glen scoreboard 2-1-13. Plays a 1-2-8. It's Williamstown over Casey.
And Holmes Glen, Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018. And that was a great kick from Sammy Donnell. And Williamstown, well, they're getting the better of this quarter as we tick down towards quarter time. About 24, 25 minutes. And it's 13 playing 8. Casey with the breeze notionally in this quarter. Back in the middle. And give that tap down. And Casey ball, Willie Wheeler ran into his own teammate Chisari, got back up again. Working there, Kavara. Off to Wheeler at half forward, who just goes off the ground. Hutchins come out to meet it. He was brought down the tackle, eventually coughed up the footy. They pile in on top, and the umpire will throw it up.
Could have been a mark there for Hutchins. I would have paid that, but anyway.
Inside 50. Peter Jackson, VFL Live. The Love the Game final series. Meese getting the tap down. Brayshaw going around his body. A high ball. Was this 15? Yes, the whistles. Newman took the mark for Williamstown. And he'll line up here and have a shot, you would think, as Grice are just sort of driving by. From outside the 50.
Left-hand post.
Let's see what he can do here. There's the kick. I think he tried to get it there. Anyway, didn't make the distance. Brayshaw again. Brought down the tackle. Right near the line. This across the face from Myers. Goes from one side of the ground to the other. And we'll have it thrown in. 15 metres around from the Williamstown goal. Homestead scoreboard 2-1-13 playing 1-2-8. We've gone 21 minutes in, well, it's actually 25 minutes into this opening quarter. And certainly Williamstown, some of the scoring of Casey. They're not a big scoring side anyway. Meese, first grab, then going back in for the second. Wrapped up. Umpire will throw it up again.
The ice cream man's out there this afternoon.
The ice cream man is out there, Stoney. I was wondering when you were going to make that connection.
And the bouncy thing on the ropes. I like that. I might have to go and have a crack at that.
I just would be worried about that. You frighten the kiddies. Ball coming out. Brayshaw going around his body for Casey. Outside defensive 50. High ball. Wiedemann trying to get hands to it. Couldn't do so. Now a chance for Williamstown. Back inside 50. The kick from Dorgan is a long one. It goes over the head of Cordy. It's going to be a goal. It is. And it's a little man, Benny Cavaro, who kicks it. Ran into the goal square. Fell fortuitously for him. And he puts another one on the board. 3-1-19 playing 1-2-8. 26 gone in this opening quarter. On the Homestead scoreboard, our coverage today for Homestead, the home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trade qualifications, or sign up your apprentice today, homestead.edu.au. And Anytime Fitness, are you up for the challenge? Dare yourself and join Anytime Fitness today.
And that's his bread and butter. You mentioned before the game, Adam, about Benny Cavaro. That's what he does, and that's what he's good at, and that's why he's down there. Kick those sort of goals off the top of the pack and leaves the crummer and through for 6 points.
Stoney, the next stoppage, I need you to expand on the bouncy thing, please, if you can. Back in the middle. Very good start for Williamstown. Meese got it down to the wrong man. Kennedy Harris hacked it forward. Curry met it hard and crashed through the pack and kicked it back in toward the middle of Burbank Oval. It's picked up by Kennedy. Has to get around some tacklers. Did. Needed help and it was there. Morris inside 50. Curry's in the right spot. Williamstown get it back.
Good set of hands on Tim Curry.
Done some good things so far today. He was up against King that time. Sends it down the line here. And again, more Demons and Seagulls in that contest. It bounced nicely here for Gents. Got him board to Spencer. Long range handball back. And this is Trengove. Short to his Melbourne teammate Angus Brayshaw. In the headgear, easy to spot. Inside 50, top of the square. Fritsch almost took the mark, top of the square. Was he clipped high? No. Bug, under pressure. ZJ, hand pass out. Finally a shot on goal. And finally, Casey's second. There's your quick reply, and the Demons have got their second goal of the game. Morris, the goal kicker.
Both sides, when they get the ball on the outside, can really hurt you. And Casey liked that game. They get them on the outside. Those Kennedy Harris type players, the smaller players, the Bugs of the Casey Demons, they really cut you up a lot. So that's what they're trying to do. Williamstown trying to shut the game down against the Blues.
Homestead scoreboard 3-1-19 Williamstown. Casey 2-2, 14 important goals we tick down towards quarter time. Homestead, Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018 here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. Working in the middle of the ground, but going without the footy for Casey. Meese has got to lay the tackle on Kennedy Harris. He's 360'd and that's holding the footy. Good tackle by the big ruckman. Into the square defensive side for Williamstown. Handball across to Newman, who goes across the ground with a kick. Now that's a sharp mark under all sorts of pressure taken by Curry. We've seen a couple of those in the last couple of minutes. He's at half back on the base side for Williamstown. His kick going up the line. The fist coming in there from Hutchins, but it falls to Willie Wheeler for Williamstown. His kick up to half forward is effective. It finds Cavara. Too far out to score. So he's just going to go with a little shorty ball. Dangerous. Hutchins was coming in.
W squared,
W
Pete.
squared. Willie Wheeler takes it right near the boundary line and right on the quarter time siren.
Now he's 50 out, right? He's right on the paint, right?
It'll take his absolute best, you would think. Although the breeze has died down slightly.
Yeah, it has, but he's kicking into the breeze. Gone
He
for
is.
the top. He's gone for the barrel.
Let's see. Saw some of those last night. He goes from 55 and
Helicopter.
doesn't hit it at all. Actually kicked it to Lachlan Bramble, who was about 40 metres from goal. Didn't get onto that at all. And that is quarter time here on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. And it is Williamstown 3 goals, 1-19. And they're leading the Casey Demons 2-14. The goal kickers to quarter time. All singles across the board. For Williamstown, Kavara with 1, Danell with 1, and Markon with 1. And for Casey, Ed Morris and Tom Bugg, their goal kickers. So 3-1-19 playing 2-2-14. And well, the team's getting into their huddles. As I mentioned, a brilliant
Replied, but he's trying to free that back up. So not sure what's going to happen here, boys, with that James Munro.
All right, well, we'll see. Is everyone getting into position for this second quarter? It's a 1-goal ball game. As everyone, the spectators making their way off the ground, and there's plenty of them too. It's a great atmosphere here at Burbank Oval, as we've seen throughout season 2017 of the Peter Jackson VFL. So we wait for the umpire to hold the ball aloft, the siren to go. Here we go.
The VFL snout, Paul Amy in the crowd.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just to our left here. Second term underway. And Spencer up against Meese. Just bounced into his lap there, Meese, and he hacked it towards half forward, but an unkind bounce here for Masters. Morris put into the deck by Sipos, holding the ball and a free kick for the Seagulls. As I was saying, we've got the best scribe of the VFL to my left and the best caller to my right. Surrounded by VFL media greatness.
Who are we? Oh, just looking under the table here. We said.
Don't be shy, Pete.
I think nudges at Port Melbourne, I think.
don't you start.
There's a shot on goal coming up here for Sipos. He's going to back himself from beyond 50. High right
That's not a
foot
bad
ball. It goes all the way. That's the way to start a second term. 4-2-26 to 2-2-14 on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. That is a big bomb.
He does these freakish things, Aaron Sipos. I was here watching a game. I think it was the last game we were here, and I was really impressed by his marking. And he sort of doesn't have to get many possessions to be a dangerous player. Get 10, 11, 12 possessions. You'll kick you 3 or 4 goals, and that was a beauty outside 50. And with the breeze, a good start for the Seagulls.
That was on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development, or sport media. Apply now for 2018. 4-2-26 playing 2-2-14 as Meese getting the tap down. Coming through there is Willie Wheeler, tackled by Stretch of Casey. Ball going nowhere in a hurry, and the umpire will throw it up inside the centre square.
Have you gone with W squared much this year?
Plenty of times.
Okay.
And he's gotten plenty of it too. There's the ball tossed up. Spencer just taken off the footy. Working there was Myers. Lost a handle on it as ball going up to centre half forward for Casey, but the relieving mark taken by Brett Bewley of the Seagulls, who looks to go wide into the path here as Schultz did well under pressure from Will Collis, the 23rd player of Casey. Schultz took the mark. Centre wing, expensive Holmes side of the ground. As the kick goes up high, one for the Flyers over the back there. Cordy couldn't take the mark. It's right near the boundary line. As Masters, underground handball, back out. Now the kick going out of bounds on the full. It'll be a turnover.
Oh, you know that
it was
just
Ben Jolly putting the ball out on the full.
I'll talk about the bouncy things later, Adam. Just want to talk about the houses on the other side in Morris Street. Maybe we can call a game from the balcony up there one day.
Well, when you can afford to live there, we'll come over and we'll call the game from there. It's Mitch Gent in the back pocket who's got the free kick.
By the way, I was a big fan of Whispering Stoney as well in that quarter-time huddle. I want to see more of that. 3/4 time if we can, Stoney. Toward the wing, out of sight, Greiser, Singh, wayward handball, nowhere near Ben Jolly, boundary throwing.
Now, I'll talk about those bouncy things. So you can imagine being tied in a harness on ropes and bouncing up and down, just like freewheeling. I think it's a magnificent...
Sort of trapeze, is that?
Sort of, yeah, very good, Adam. Well done.
That's the one we're looking for.
Yeah.
We're getting donuts from the entire call team, I think, but trapeze was what we were looking for. Holding the ball and a free kick to go Casey's way. Centre wing. And it's going to be claimed by Billy Stretch. He's got a man out wide. And that's Johnston. Next kick, he's a bit too hot there, and Willie Wheeler got back there for Williamstown. Hand pass to Jolly over the shoulder. Sipos claims the ball, still in play, and a high ball towards half forward. Now Cordy has the height advantage on Brayshaw, didn't take the mark. Here's Angus Brayshaw, clever handball to Wagner, and the Demons out of danger. Little left foot down the line, but it's a bad kick. Getting in the hole was Dorgan.
No, it wasn't the greatest of kicks, it was a tumbling ball. Did not hit that well at all, Adam.
So Dorgan up towards half forward. Bewley's got 2 to beat here. One arm of the ball in the end. Wagner collided with a teammate. Still had the ball though. Just popped out there. Bewley got it back. Now Greiser sends it long and deep to Nell. Not going to get to it. One bounce and over the line. Left forward pocket. We have a boundary throw in. Williamstown 4-2-26. Casey 2-2-14. Winner on their way to a prelim.
On the Homesland scoreboard. There's the ball to be tossed back in. 10 metres around from the Williamstown goal. We're in front of our commentary position today. Spencer getting the tap down. The clearance by Stretch around the corner is going to be turned over, and Schultz has the mark.
I like this young boy. He's a Western Jet player, and he's been a good addition this year to the Williamstown side.
Slightly more than the 45, and he'll be kicking from just inside the 50. He gets out to his position. He's going to start from the boundary line and come in a straight line, which you can do from this particular side of the grounds. Lachlan Schultz, 29 goals in 15 games. This low balls are coming back. Oh yeah! Yes it is. First for the afternoon for Lachlan Schultz. 5-2-32 plays 2-2-14. Williamstown leading Casey. We've played 5.5 in this second quarter. This quarter of Peter Jackson VFL Live for Bowls Victoria. Bowls Victoria's Play Bowls Month in October. More details at bowlsvic.org.au. Just click on the Play Bowls Month icon for a list of come and try bowls activities as a club at a club near you.
It's those younger players, the Schultz, Singh, Cordy, Dorgan, Greiser, those players who have come in as sort of like the bottom 6 players in the team in Williamstown, who are the ones that have added strength to this team already, which is great.
We're keeping an eye on Fort Burns Stadium. That game underway between the Tigers of the Richmond variety and the Magpies. A clearance here for Johnston, and Casey goes inside 50. Suddenly, they need a goal in this second term, which is only 6 minutes old. Ball up at the top at 50. 5-2 plays 2-2 on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. King's back in the ruck here. He'll be combining with Spencer in the ruck all day long. Stretch. Got a hand pass deeper into 50, and riding the bump was Charleston. Stretch has some space. He's looking at the goals here. Sends it on the right, and it's going to be across the face. No score, in fact, and a quick kick out. Dorgan, Newman. Onto the right he goes. On toward the wing here, bouncing ball, and misread by Schultz, but out the back he's won it and just sends it to Schultz. A very empty goal square. It's bouncing and dribbling, and it's goaling. Another one for Lockie Schultz. One of the uglier goals you'll see, but they all count for 6. 6-2-38 to 2-2-14 on the Holmes Glen scoreboard.
Yep, Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018. And Stoney, it wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. In fact, Lockie Schultz a little bit fortuitous there. He just sat off the back of that marking contest.
It's called knowing the conditions, Pete. I really think that is that they play it and they train this ground so many times. They know how the breeze is going to be. When he seen the ball coming, he ran straight to the back of the pack because he knew it was going to go over the top. So just knowing conditions and playing the conditions.
Well, they're putting the marker down now as Gibbons from the ruck contest for Williamstown will send them straight back in again. Cordy's got 2 to beat. Ball falls to the back. Brayshaw running towards the boundary line. It wins out the line and we'll have it thrown in 40 metres around from the Williamstown goal. And a lot more overcast in the last 2 minutes or so.
We're right.
Good to see Nathan Jones here. In fact, he's about to walk past Stoney if Stoney just looks over his left shoulder.
Yeah, he's. I've seen
A lot of Melbourne players here. Maynard trying to get the little quick kick out for Casey. It's just dribbling away. Chazari on 50 for Williamstown. Goes straight back in again. Cordy! One-hander in the pack. Well done. And he'll line up and have a shot from the top of the goal square. Oh, he was being held.
Versatility.
And he just put the arm out, the right arm, and collected it beautifully. Ace Cordy, 20 goals for the season and 16 games. And this one, chance at the 7th for the Seagulls. He's got it. Cordy with his first for this afternoon on the Homesland scoreboard, 7-2-44, plays 2-2-14, home side leading. We've played 9 minutes in this second quarter for Bowls Victoria. Bowls Victoria Play Bowls month in October. More details at bowlsvic.org.au. Click on the Play Bowls Month icon for a list of come and try bowls activities at a club near you. And they're putting some breathing space now on their opposition. Stoney?
Yeah, just watch the Casey back six having a little communication, a little chat together. And Ace Cordy, some supporters or some spectators of the Willies side haven't suggested he hasn't had the best of years, but he's certainly 20 goals and a dangerous player at 6'9". He's going to be a dangerous player finals time. 4
goals straight unanswered here for Williamstown around the grounds. Tigers have first blood against the Magpies. Sam Lloyd has kicked a goal there. The winner of that plays a loser of this, which right now looks like it might be Casey. King with the secondary ball up on the tap down, but Mark On was there for Williamstown. Quick hurried kick out toward the wing base side here. Very good tackle by Schultz. It's all just flowing beautifully for Williamstown at the moment. Inside 50 we go again. Kelty got in front, didn't take the mark. Hutchins threw it onto the right. Under pressure, out of bounds on the full. Jacob Chisari now has the ball for the Seagulls.
Should have a shot here.
Yep.
I know he's on the boundary line though, Studdy, but
now
really square to the goals.
Now they would be training nights, right? This would be training nights coming off, right?
Right near the race too.
Yeah, when I'm going in, I'm going to have a shot at goal here. Let's see how we go. He's a skillful player, young Chisari.
If he misses this, he'll hear about it on Tuesday night, I reckon. Chisari, he's going to hear about it. Barely snuck in for a point. 7-3-45 to 2-2-14. Nearly 11 gone on the Holmesglen scoreboard. Quarter number 2.
And there's Josh Wagner to bring the ball back in for Casey. He kicks deep outside the 50. It's a high ball. No one can get clean of it. Picking up is Wiedemann at half back. Across there to Zajai. As they work back now, Johnston can get some run across centre wing. And he kicks into a vacant 50. Singh leading in the race with his Fritsch on his hammer. He handballs back. Well done, Bramble, the 23rd player. Worked it back to Forks. They're at half back here. Singh again. They've gone from one side of the ground to the other, and they're building up nicely. The kick from half back to half forward into the path of Schultz. Got 2 to beat. One of them was Hutchins. The other one there was Collars, Dylan Collars. Lost a handle it now. Sipos. A high ball drifting through for a goal.
That's what he can do.
He brought it back beautifully. Off the contest, he found some space. And he went big, and he got the ultimate result. That's his second goal, both in this quarter. And on the Homestead scoreboard, 7-3-45, plays 2-2-14. We've played 12 minutes in this second quarter. Our coverage of the Peter Jackson VFL brought to you by Homestead, the home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trade qualifications. Or to sign up your apprentice today, homesglen.edu.au. And Anytime Fitness, are you up for the challenge? Dare yourself and join Anytime Fitness today. The Love the Game final series here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
I think the Homesglen scoreboard, there might be a goal missing. I've got 8 on my sheet. Peter Mercado, as
I do too.
Casey desperately trying to just get it forward. Morris gets brought down. Another holding the ball free kick going Lockie Schultz way.
So that would be 8-3-51, playing 2-2-14.
So already the scoreboard operator not being able to keep up with Williamstown. Casey certainly can't at the moment. Scott brought down.
No
Didn't
talk.
see Jake Greiser coming.
No talk.
Free kick for Greiser. This is almost champagne stuff here on their home deck by the Seagulls. Long and deep. Sipos went up. Didn't bring it down. Masters out the back. Goal number 9. 9-3-57 to 2-2-14 on the Homesglen scoreboard. We are only 13 minutes into the second term, and at quarter time, there was only one kick in this. That was 13 minutes ago, Stoney.
They're up in their toes, and just want to take you back to those players, or those people who follow VFL football and watch Aaron Sipos kick the goal before the second last one, before the Masters goal there, would have seen him do that stuff at Sandringham and think, this guy should have played AFL football. Aaron Sipos is a star of the VFL competition, no doubt about that. But they're on a roll, Williamstown boys. They're on top of their ground, and they're just using this breeze brilliantly.
They are. Oh, home ground advantage, eh?
2-1, 13-0 in favour of Richmond. Another goal for Taylor Hunt.
Ball here in the hands of Jolly, right in the centre circles. He's wrapped up in the tackle by Kennedy, going nowhere, and the umpire will throw it up.
They need to change things around. Justin Platt needs to come up with some answers because the ball is coming in too quickly, and there's no talk in the Casey camp.
Right, they set it up well. Whistle. There's going to be a free kick. Which way is it going?
Casey.
It's going to be a Casey ball. And right in the centre circles, it'll be Ben Kennedy to take it.
Need to get a goal, hurry in a hurry.
He kicks inside 50. It's off hands. No one can get clean possession. Marcon comes out to meet it. Brayshaw coming out to tackle him, but he managed to get the handball away. Now over the head of Masters, the kick goes up towards centre wing in the interchange gates, and Jack Hutchins will escort the ball over. We'll have it thrown in.
How is your binoculars? You'll see James Munro there with a jacket on. I'm thinking he's finished for the day, boys.
Yep, we might get some clarification on that, Stoney, if we can.
Yep.
If not, during this quarter at half-time. This ball's tossed back in, slightly into attack for Casey, who have been blitzed in this quarter. The handball comes out. It ends up with Bug. He kicks high, almost a barrel sort of shape there. Off hands, no one could take the mark. Greiser was there, got the handball away. Dangerous position, Newman ridden into the turf, and the umpire will throw it up again. Inside 50 for Casey. Saying they need a goal is stating the obvious, like saying it's a windy day. It's Newman off the ruck contest, just tacks it out of there, off towards the boundary line. Schultz trying to keep it in. Hutchins again escorting it over, right near his interchange benches, and we will have it thrown in. The Peter Jackson Love the Game VFL Final Series for Bowls Victoria. Bowls Victoria Play Bowls Month in October. More details at bowlsvic.org.au. Just click on the Play Bowls Month icon for a list of come and try bowls activities, club near you. They're looking after this second quarter for us.
Charleston on for Williamstown, Johnston on for Casey as Wheeler goes to ground, ball up.
It's great watching footballers go about their trade. Nick Meese knew exactly where Willie Wheeler was going to run then, and Willie Wheeler nearly got the ball, but it's just great watching these players.
It seems fitting that he came from Coburg to Williamstown, Willie Wheeler.
Yeah.
W cubed, I think, now these days.
It's not bad, Adam, from you.
Centre wing. We've got a slow period here in this second term, although Gent does extract the ball towards half forward. Potentially a free kick for Fritsch, not paid, and a wobbling ball comes back out. One-handed mark by Schultz. This is showtime stuff. Inside 50, one-on-one, Sipos going back. This time Kilty beats him, and he's going to run back and get the ball here. Declan Kilty gets brought down. Hand pass came out in time. Also wrapped up now. Collis was met hard, and a ball up in the right forward pocket.
That front on there, that was front on tackle. Did well not to give away the free kick.
57 plays 14. The umpire throws it up. We're in the hot spot again. Spencer. Not quite to advantage. Got a second bite of it, and then Maynard cleared it out, but Fawkes, he's the man underneath. Couldn't take the marks, and pressure from ZJ, the former Zebra. It goes out of play. Boundary throw in, where to 50 meets the boundary. Nick Meese has had a fair bit of time just getting some rest today, Stoney, so far.
Yeah, it's obviously dominant ruckman, and with being like 6 goals up, and they're at the moment in control of the game, Williamstown. Just taking some time out.
So it's Cordy that's doing all the ruck work at the moment for the Seagulls. Collis, Wheeler, he won the ball. Quickly got it back inside 50, and a one-handed mark by Lee Masters.
Everything's going right for the Willie boys.
They must have been practicing the one-handed sort of stuff at training.
This is Globetrotter sort of stuff now by Williamstown. That's 2 one-handers we've seen in the last 5 minutes. And Lee Masters can kick his second.
And it's not that they're lairising. You don't mean it in that sense,
No.
Adam. It's more just the skills that they have.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Right-hand goalpost here, boys. You'll be able to ride it home.
It's a show. This is a show that they are putting on for a very healthy home crowd. That kick, though, was shocking. Out of bounds on the full.
He used to be a backman, Lee Masters.
Off the side of the boot, and that was kicked like a backman. So Jack Trengove will reclaim this one. For some reason, he's not allowed to take the kick. Umpire has said, Jack Hutchins, you must take the kick.
Was he closest to the contest?
I guess so. So the ball got taken out of Trengove's hands at that time. Hutchins down the line for Scott. Can't take the mark. Boundary throw.
Yep, it's on the Holmes Glen scoreboard, 8-3-51, playing 2-2-14 here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
In front of the big crowd out there, Pete. It's a good crowd out there.
It's a good crowd.
Yeah.
There's the ball tossed back in on 50 for Williamstown. It's been here for most of the quarter. Gent running one way than the other. Did well just to kick up the line, but he's kicking to a contest. Off hands, working around his body is Cordy. A high up and under ball will be play on. Gent got hands to it, couldn't complete it. Now he's had the ball taken off him. Gibbons on hands and knees, not getting clear anytime soon. And the umpire will come in and throw it up. As we wait for this ball come back in. We're on 50 for Williamstown. Now, not 8-3, it's 9-3, isn't it? Yep, as the ball here, right near the boundary line, will be over. We will have it thrown in where the 50 and the boundary line intersect. I'll revise the score. 9 goals, 3, 57, playing 2-2-14. We're still a goal behind on the scoreboard. 19.5 gone on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. It's the ball tossed back in. Spencer coming out to meet it, but working there nicely was Cordy, just fumbling it in front of him. He eventually lost possession and the ball wrapped up. The umpire will throw it up again right near the boundary line.
If I was Justin Platt, I'd be asking his midfielders, the inside mids, because Williamstown's getting their hand too much of the ball. They're getting too much football on the inside. So the Casey players have really just got to really get into the smaller players and really have a crack.
One more stoppage, and that's all yours, Adam. As we've got a throw up here in exactly the same spot. Bug trying to get the ball out. Now they get some clear airs. Ajay putting it back towards Bug, who rode one tackle and picked up a free kick on the second. He will take the free kick at half back for Casey.
Running grounds, Richmond by 13 against Collingwood. Short pass from Bug, that's okay. And they'll go further back, all the way back. In fact, to Dylan Collis, and he's got some space inside defensive 50, so he can casually take a bounce and eventually spot up a teammate, which he does. Wagner.
It's too stagnant here.
Yeah, Wagner, he's got nothing to go to. There's a fair bit of pressure coming from the man on the mark there in Masters, up towards forward. Even doing that well today, Williamstown. Kennedy Harris inboard. Collis goes inside 50. ZJ's his only target. And he actually stayed down. And as a result, a Williamstown mark there for Tippett.
Yep.
Joel Tippett. He's going to go back toward this broadcast side of the ground. The Port Phillip Bay wing. Hutchins with the fist.
Good hands.
Over the top, Wagner. Went to the voice there of Kennedy Harris, up towards half forward. But Greiser is the man in the hole. And look at the goals on the outside here.
Yeah, Kavara's got the handball over the top. Gibbonson take a bounce on centre wing and kicks up to a very open Sammy Donnell, who takes it at half forward, looks to cut inboard. Oh, did well, should keep going. Lowered the eyes, looking for Meese. Picked it up on the half volley, wrapped up in the tackle, but they kept running here, the Seagulls. Donnell, handball back, went over the head there of Kavara. They've still got an opportunity here. There's players all over the ground inside 50. What's going on here? Around the body is Newman. He puts it up, top of the square, and it's going to be cut off. No, there's a free kick going Sammy Donnell's way. He was being held off the contest by Mitch Gent, and that was illegal blocking. Gent can't believe it, but Donnell will have the shot 10 metres out. Oh, he threw the head back there, Mitch Gent. I thought he was close enough to the contest to stop him from making a run at it. The umpire thought differently. So Gent will have to stand
look
the
at the goal umpire, just hovering there.
He's ready.
He's ready to go.
Oh, he is too. Look at this. This will be an award-winning performance. He won't have to move all that much because there's another one. Donnell, second goal for the game for him. And they got their 10th on the board, Adam. Is that what we're rolling with? They are 10-3-63, playing 2-2-14. 22 and a half minutes gone in this second quarter on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. Melbourne, home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018. And now coverage, Peter Jackson VFL Live for Holmes Glen. And Anytime Fitness, you up for the challenge? Do yourself and join Anytime Fitness today.
The team sheets say that Casey have 14 AFL players out on the ground. It's as if they're playing against 23 AFL players at the moment.
Yep.
This is a wonderful performance by Williamstown. Back in the middle. And Meese got her hands on it out the back. It's Brayshaw. Needs a hand pass option, and that was provided by Johnston. Now Kennedy. Left foot sideways with his pass. Thank you, Stoney. Very, very good kick. And the mark taken by Fritsch.
Or is it Phil Cleary down there?
Clone. Just on Angus Scott off the ground at the moment, getting a finger taped up, had a dislocation. They should be right to come back on very shortly.
So Bailey Fritsch, noted goal kicker, missed one in the first term. Understatement of the century that they need this because it's getting out of hand. It's 49 points already. Left foot's on the way. Casey get one back. Holmes Glen scoreboard 3-2-20. Casey Demons, Williamstown 10-3, 63 time on second term.
They did another one now. Need to follow up now just before sort of half time to get a goal now for the Casey boys.
At half-time, we're going to hear from the outgoing Coburg coach, Peter German, as he reflects on his time in the Peter Jackson VFL.
And what he's going to do next year.
Interesting. This quarter brought to you Bowls Victoria. Bowls Victoria's Play Bowls Month in October. More details at bowlsvic.org.au. Just click on the Play Bowls Month icon for a list of come and try bowls activities at a club near you.
Stoney, he was spotted in a community league head office earlier in the week. I'll leave it there, Stoney.
If you know, Adam,
Very
you'll
good.
know which one. As the ball here, Brayshaw slicing through from the ruck contest. He closes to 55. He kicked on the outside of the boot, duffed it completely. It falls to Charleston, who's got some players on the outside. Curry's one of those. And now he partially smothered by Kennedy Harris. They've still got an opportunity. Working there was Hewlett, just trying to put it into space, couldn't do so. And again, the Seagulls can repel. Up to centre wing we go. Working here again, Casey looking to mop things up. Tringove put the ball in short. Found Kennedy Harris, who takes it.
I haven't called the dance much today, boy. The Charleston.
You haven't, and we've been thankful for that as the kick going inside the 50. And that's going to be a mark to Myers. No, said the umpire, so he's at the bottom of the pack. And the ball will be thrown up right near the 5 and the 0. Casey going that way, 63 playing 20. And as Stoney and Adam have mentioned, Casey wanted this goal to give himself some momentum going into half-time as Meese getting the tap down. Gibbons working with Brayshaw. Brayshaw laying the tackle. It eventually spills free. Kennedy through some tight traffic. And Tringo, was that a throw?
That was very lucky.
No, it's a free kick going back Kennedy's way.
Said too high, then I didn't think that was there. But anyway, free kick is to Casey. He needs to kick this goal, no doubt about
Well,
that.
it looks like he's going to go back and take the shot, Kennedy. 11 goals from 16 games. This tricky but gettable.
45 out. Got to go to the left-hand goalpost. No.
On the 45, decide to go in short. That's okay.
He didn't have the legs there, Stoney.
No, Maynard takes the mark and he'll come in. He's on a better angle. Pretty much same distance out though.
Correct.
So we'll see what he can come up with here.
Kick towards the ice cream man.
Nope. And he hung it out to dry, basically, put it out of bounds on the full, the right-hand side. So 10-3-63, playing 3-2-20 on the Holmesland scoreboard. 26, almost 27 minutes gone. Peter Jackson, VFL Live, the Love the Game final series.
Around the grounds, Tigers a little wayward against Collingwood, 2-5-17 to 1 behind here. It's a huge lead for Williamstown, 43 points in fact, as Wagner sends it back inside 50. Marcon got it back for the Seagulls. That kick goes nowhere, out of bounds on the full, and it's a Demons ball here for Yulba ZJ. And
Good to see him get a
be
chance.
forced against the fence. Stoney, sorry.
I liked him as a player when he's playing at Sandringham. He was
Yes.
a very good player. He was in and out of the team, actually. It's good to see him playing some footy.
And playing good footy too.
He's only played the 8 games this year for Casey, but he's in the side at the right time. Goes with the right boot, just a lob to the top of the square. Now, can Scott keep this in? No. Minor score for the Casey Demons, 3-4-22 to 10-3-63 on the Holmes Glen scoreboard with half-time just around the corner.
As Aaron Sipos goes long, looking for Cordy. He's got it at the back. He didn't have first possession though. So he's wrapped up in the tackle. Ball spills free. Good contest. It's centre wing. Masters was the loser of that one. Kennedy Harris onto it. Handball for Brayshaw, who fumbled. Zajai right near the interchange bench for Casey. Handball back to Kennedy, trying to get through a couple. He's got Brayshaw on the outboard. Back to Kennedy Harris, who goes back to Zajai. They're going here very, very slowly, but very deliberately at half forward. Zajai's kick going long and good. That's across the face of goal. And that was a brilliant setup. They took their time going up the ground. They waited for the best option. And now they have a shot at goal directly in front. Corey Maynard. As we tick down towards half-time. Important kick, this one.
Just with the AFL players that play, the Brayshaws and those Kennedy, those sort of players, they just got time. Little bits of time.
Yep. And they just work their way up the ground very slowly. But got it done. This kick, low, flat, goal. Maynard first for today, 8th for the season. 10-3-63 Williamstown. And Casey 4-3-27 as we played 29 minutes here on Peter Jackson VFL Live in this second quarter. Coverage brought to you by Homesglen, the home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trade qualification. Or sign up your apprentice today, homesglen.edu.au. And Anytime Fitness, are you up for the challenge? Do yourself and join Anytime Fitness today.
Another behind for the Tigers, 2-6-18 to 1 behind for Collingwood.
Who's got the breeze in that game, Adam? Do you know?
No idea.
I would assume potentially Richmond, Stoney, given Collingwood's only got a point.
Fair point.
Back in the middle. Well, it's fairly still at the moment here at Williamstown, at least in our broadcast area, as Kennedy goes wide, a little too wide, overrunning it though Myers, and Maynard was in the right spot towards half forward. The kick too hot for Wiedemann. Charleston got it back and went to Chisari. To Chisari, I should say. Takes the mark in front of the Casey bench. Jacob Chisari. Team disposals last week against the Dogs, up towards half forward. Wagner, very good mark, and he goes with the switch all the way back to Gents. He wants to just go over the top, a little pass. It was slightly dangerous, but Trengove, diving effort, took the mark, goes wide. Jack Trengove, that kick's good. Now it's in the hands of Fritsch.
This quarter might go a few minutes because of the goals. How many goals in this quarter's been?
Lots.
Plenty.
7 for Williamstown, 2 for Casey.
Bouncing ball, Charleston fisted it back out into Ward in the direction of a teammate there in Masters, but he got met hard straight away. Ball up. Morris Street wing. Blustery day today to start the Peter Jackson Love the Game final series as we go back out towards half forward here, clearing ball, but Kilty takes it for the Demons. Couple available on the switch. One of them is Brayshaw inside the centre square.
Bug went down behind play. He's all on his own inside 50. Kick going wide. Kennedy Harris, who goes even wider, and they just pitched inside the boundary line. Goes over right near the Casey interchange gates.
Brought the chalk up.
It did. Didn't need Hawkeye challenge for that. As we wait for this ball to be thrown in.
If they can get a goal here, would be make it interesting. Make it, they're in the game a bit.
Sharapova having another win at the US Open. Speaking of Hawkeye challenges, through to the second week. As Brayshaw got it out, Maynard handball across the Jai, 52 from goal. He kicked after the siren. There's a mark taken inside the 50, but it won't count for anything. What a quarter by the Seagulls. They piled on 7 goals in that quarter, 7 goals won. And they've got a commanding lead heading into half-time. So at half-time, it is Williamstown 10-3-63 and Casey 4-3-27. The goal kickers to
plays the loser of this, Peter Mercado.
Away we go, Adam, in the second half. It's a 6-goal ball game in favour of the home side.
So the way it stands right now, Casey might just be fronting up again next week against the Tigers. They get the first clearance of the second half. The mark is taken by a running Angus Brayshaw. Rush kick to Scott. Another Angus toward the top of the square. Fritsch being held onto. And an early goal potentially for Casey to start the second half.
It'll be a huge start, really. You just felt towards the end of that quarter, though, that they got a bit of momentum up. Not much, but a little bit.
They've got to kick this goal.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a scoring end, so they need to have a big third term. And this is a perfect start. And only 38 seconds into it, they've got a shot on goal. Bailey Fritsch kicked a very good set shot in the second term. That was against the flow. This a much easier one. Left foot's on the way, and it's good. And Casey get the first of the second half. 5-3-33 on the Holmes-Glen scoreboard. 10-3-63 Williamstown.
Yeah, Holmes-Glen, Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018. Great start for them, Stoney.
Yeah, it is, and that's what they wanted. And it was 55 seconds into the quarter, so good. Young Brayshaw was a very impressive player. He took that ball. The kick wasn't too good, but the way he took the footy and got it down to their forward line, just there to get a couple of quick ones now.
Well, here we go back in the middle. As Willie Wheeler grabs it from the right contest, he's held up by Maynard, and the umpire will throw the ball up. We talked about how good the crowd is today. Wonderful turnout. As the ball here again from the contest going Casey's way, but just into the path of Mark on though. Has to double back. He's on the point of the square attacking side for Williamstown. His kick holding up in the breeze, but Masters comes out and takes a very fine mark, and he will line up and have a shot 35 outs on the angle.
Markon hasn't had his best of days, but what he does with the footy, he's seen the lead coming and he put it in the right spot.
So, do we have the automatic reply, the instant reply from Williamstown? Lee Masters, 23 goals on the season, 1 today, and it remains at 1. So, got 24 overall. 10-4-64, plays 5-3-33, 2.5 gone in the third quarter. Here on Peter Jackson VFL Live tomorrow, Northport Oval, it's Essendon and Footscray.
Yep, looking forward to that one as well. That's a knockout final. Elsewhere, it's Box Hill hosting Port Melbourne. Good mark taken out here by Wiedemann. Gave off a handball, and the Demons will work the Morris Street side of the ground. Fritsch coming into the game nicely is Bailey Fritsch. What's he got ahead?
Done well.
Running back with the flight. A beautifully weighted kick for Angus Scott.
That's exactly what Williamstown did in that second quarter. They kicked the ball over the pack, over the zone, and the Demons player there did really well to get on the back of that.
Angus Scott, 22 goals this season, did kick 2 last week against Werribee. And we'll have this shot on goal coming up.
About that.
The B? He doesn't like the B, or just Tigers in general?
The result.
When there's an L attached to a result. Fair enough. Angus Scott. Casey making their move early in the second half. 7-3-45, 10-4-64. That's a lead for Williamstown on the Holmes-Glen scoreboard. Only 4 minutes into the second half. And the margin suddenly has been whittled down to 25.
I mentioned the second quarter, late in that second quarter, about the Casey midfielders getting more of the footy because the players such as Willie Wheeler and Markon and these type players, Gibbons getting a lot of the footy. So the Casey players have got to get their hands on the ball to get into their forward line and kick goals quickly like that.
Yeah, Peter Jackson VFL Live, the margin narrowing. Real opportunity here for Casey. They need to be in front by a couple of goals, you would think, at three-quarter time, as Brayshaw, he's hung on to, eventually picked up the footy into the path of Bug, who wheels around in the centre square and kicks inside 50. It's a high ball. Fist coming in there from Forks. It falls to ground. No one can get clear. Zajai, 360, release the footy. Kennedy almost a push in the back. We're on 50 here, centre half forward for Casey, and the umpire will throw the ball up.
Zajai or ZJ? Because I've heard a couple of different varieties of that one.
With Zajai, but there's a bit of holding going on, and it will go the way of Nick Meese. The dog loved that one. As dog in our effects marks, we must be at the Peter Jackson VFL. This kick going across the ground, intended for Jolly. Instead goes over the boundary line right in front of the Williamstown interchange gates, and we will have it thrown in just into attack here for the Demons, as the coffee cart doing a roaring trade. Not sure about the ice creams on the other side of the ground, as it's tossed back in, and it will be a Williamstown ball. Gibbons, well, his kick was smothered over the boundary line, and we'll have it tossed in again.
Dylan Collis, is he okay, Stoney?
He might be all right, Adam.
Wow.
Yeah, he might be okay.
Not sure the tackle was all good, I think. Boundary throw in. King won it down. Maynard, hand pass out. Brayshaw to half forward. And a very good mark going up. Josh Newman takes the mark, and he's just stumbling a little bit here. A bit of a hobble as he takes this mark and gets ready for his kick. Just roared onto the right. He might come off here, Newman. Cordy went up, didn't bring it down. In fact, it was Sipos. Ball up. Centre wing, and he does hobble off the ground now, does Josh Newman. Didn't play in the final round as the Demons here. Well, Kennedy left it for a teammate, and that didn't quite work out. Tackle here from Spencer, and another ball up in front of the Williamstown gates. It's Josh Newman on the other side of the boundary line now, just trying to walk it off. Now, Meese had his jumper held onto there. Spencer did not give away the free kick. Kennedy stayed in place somehow. Myers with the tackle. Tucking underneath the tackle there, Brayshaw. Hand pass out, Maynard did well to find Spencer. And now stretch, the tackle comes. Good stuff there from Curry. Greiser, Gulls win it back. A great kick down the line. Gibbons takes the mark for Williamstown, and they're out again.
Yeah, they are. Oh, Donnell really should have taken the mark. He went the fist. It falls to the back.
Tackle.
And good tackle. Yeah, absolutely, Stoney. That's pressure from Casey. Now, play it down.
Hurt himself, didn't it?
Yeah, it was Ed Morris, who's in
Blood-
a little bit
blood
of trouble.
rule.
It's going to be blood rule anyway. Oh, yeah.
Cut across the head?
Yep, across the eye, it looks like. He'll be keying your way, Stoney.
Open him up like a sardine can there.
Yep, well done. Been working on that line for pretty much 3/4 of the season.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
chance to just work it out now.
Tell you what, low scoring game. Not much happening in this one between Richmond and Collingwood. It's the Tigers by 29. That should be approaching half time.
As Hutchins will take the free kick. The ball to the back. It falls to Brayshaw. He goes with a high ball. Fritsch and Singh. Singh front position, just tapped it to ground. It fell to Wiedemann. Tajai driving by. He's got some space. 40 metres out. He goes across the face. One behind.
Sing a song.
So, 24 points is the margin on the Holmes-Glen scoreboard. 8 minutes gone in this third quarter. Holmes-Glen, home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018 as the ball goes long outside the 50. Off hands, this will fall for Sipos, who goes just through the high kick in hope. It won't hit a target. Hutchins is there mopping up for Casey. Did well in board. He works. Nicely done. Wagner's there. Oh, the handball goes over the top inside defensive 50. They're in trouble now. And coming back in again, Wagner to take the ball off Masters. They eventually work it out. Oh, trying to go one-handed there was Kennedy. He pushed it down into his boot, and it's out of bounds on the full free kick to Williamstown.
Well called.
And it's going to be Myers.
Not deliberately, of course.
No.
From the gates. High, long and direct. No mark was taken. Ground level, mark on. Sipos, both in there to force a stoppage. 10-4-64 Williamstown. Casey 6-4, 40, 24-point game. 9 minutes gone on the Holmes-Glen scoreboard. Umpire throws it up, and here's a chance for Stretch. Just escapes from the danger and clears the ball out, but Curry's in the right spot. He was in position A, got pushed out of it illegally. Free kick coming back for Curry. Centre wing.
Yeah, that one was pretty clear.
Port Phillip Bay side wing.
It looks an absolute picture, doesn't it? Even though it's overcast.
It always is. It's a wonderful venue. Great views here at Burbank Oval towards half forward. Great to have a final here, Peter Mercado.
Yes, first time since 2009.
Big fist there from Curry. Boundary throwing. Is that true? First final this decade at this ground.
Yep.
Fair enough.
And it looks a picture too.
Ground in excellent nick.
It is.
Williamstown might be on a way to yet another prelim. They could be going for 2 flags in 3 years. Here's Markon, wrapped up by his fellow number 9 in Gents.
I got a call during the weekend. Do you realise, you probably know this, that Williamstown and Port Melbourne both have 16 flags apiece at the moment?
Yep.
And he didn't want Williamstown to win, this guy, because he wanted, that means that Port Melbourne or Williamstown go ahead. in the premiership race.
Oh, was the fellow who called you holding a camera at the time?
That sets things up very nicely, just in case that's our grand final matchup.
Yeah.
Inside 50. They did meet in the grand final not so long ago. Peter
11.
German coaching that day for the Seagulls. Ground level here, and a ball up inside 50. We are for Williamstown. They are up by 24 points on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. Things have just dried up a little bit in this second half so far. Casey started it well with 2 goals. That's all we've had really in this third term so far. Umpire throws it up. Spencer in front of Cordy. Now Cordy has to get away from Gent. Does Jolly. Standing start from the pocket. High to the top of the square. Stenell and Hutchins. Hutchins with the fist. Kills it off. Another throw in the pocket.
Defensively, the Casey Demons have really tightened up, and you can see when the ball's in a stoppage that they're really concerned about the Willie midfielders, so they're really tightening up in the round in the ball.
So the ball to be tossed back in, right next to the behind post for Williamstown. Spencer front position going to work with Cordy. Push to the front. Now to get clear, Willie Wheeler just hacking it towards the goal square, and Hutchins will see it through for a rush behind. A lot of hailing and taxis going on. 10-5-65 Williamstown. Casey 6-4-40. 12 minutes gone as they look to get the exit kick out. Hutchins going long outside the 50, but it's going to come straight back in again as Singh to centre half forward. Oh, a couple almost spoiled each other there. Kennedy, Harris and Wagner. Wagner ended up taking the mark. Got away with it to stretch on the expensive home side of the ground. He kicks long and high looking for Scott, but getting into the hole nicely. It was Newman who takes the mark defensively for Williamstown. His kicks, trying to square it up. He's turned it over, and here's another opportunity. Has this kick going to Kilty, who takes the mark. He wants to go over the top into the pocket, and Scott takes it. And another shot at goal coming up, and he'll line up 20 metres out. He's on an angle, but plenty of goal face to look at.
They play a good brand of footy, the Casey Demons, when they get the ball on the outside. I said in the first quarter that they'll their players in Bug and these type, Kennedy and these type of players, they get the ball on the outside, results in shots on goal like this.
Kick to goal today, takes him to 23 for the season. Angus Scott, big kick this one. And he comes, getting the rounds of the kitchen from the Williamstown fans. Not a problem. Angus Scott with his seconds, and Casey draw closer. On the Homestead scoreboard, 10-5-65 Williamstown. And Casey 7-4-46, 13 gone in the third quarter. Peter Jackson VFL live coverage brought to you by Homestead, the home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trade qualifications, or sign up your apprentice today. Homestead.edu.au. and Anytime Fitness. Are you up for the challenge? Dare yourself and join Anytime Fitness today. Just love the game, final series. Good game developing here. Let's go around the grounds. What can you tell us?
I'm not sure what's going on here at Port Melbourne at the moment. It's still 4-6-30 Richmond. Collingwood are 1 behind.
Free kick, boys. Ben Jolly was in the square, had 5 in the square.
We'll come back to that in a moment.
So no ball up. Casey go again. Inside 50, Johnston takes the mark and will have a shot on goal.
So a mix up there with, we've seen Sam Ben Jolly in the square, and there was 5 inside the square, which resulted in a free kick.
This was the exact same spot where Aaron Sipos went bang in the second term. So this just might be a little hot spot for accurate goal kicking. And all eyes are on Dion Johnston. 5 goals for the season. Number 6, if this is it, is probably the most important of the lot. It's across the face. It's a point. 7-5-47 plays 10-5-65 Holmes Glen scoreboard.
Why is it interesting at Port Melbourne at the game, the Richmond Collingwood?
We'll get you an updated score there in a moment. Big crowd there too, we're hearing. At the moment, Richmond 5-8-38 to Collingwood 1-3-9 into the second quarter there. Meanwhile, back here, the long ball out for Williamstown. It's Willie Wheeler who's wrapped up in the tackle, and the umpire will come in and throw it up. Half back for the Seagulls. It's all Casey in this quarter. 65 plays 47, Holmes Glen scoreboard. As the ball spills free again to Willie Wheeler. Handball goes high, tapped down into the path of Masters, who goes over the boundary line and receives some assistance there that was probably unwarranted by Corey Maynard, and we'll have it thrown back in.
Mason Cox has finally kicked Collingwood's first goal of that game around the grounds. Try and get a score shortly.
We'll get you some more scores from there. 1-3-9 plays 5-8-38. It's the last time we had Tigers leading Meanwhile here, Willie Willer's got it again. By hand they move it around. Jolly goes over the top. Going to be in trouble. It's over the boundary line. Good contest. As the ball picked up, Wagner and Cesari untangle themselves. True centre wing position right in front of Mark Stone. On the wing there. 65 plays 47 here. 15 and a half gone. Third quarter. Homeskin scoreboard. Meese getting the tap down, but coming through Kennedy. He's about to lose a handle on the footy. In close quarters, Ajay just needs to find someone. He just threw it onto the boot, up and under. Working there, Greiser around. Newman, they work it back. Dorgan, kick was smothered. It's going forward here for Casey, trying to get through his king. He's tackled. Ball spills free. It's over the line. We'll have it thrown in. Half forward for Casey.
She's a hot potato.
Yep, 16 minutes gone in this third quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live. The Love the Game final series. Qualifying final number 1. Meese again, the front position, getting the ball down, but it's going nowhere, and Marcon is wrapped up.
I've got a question for you, learned gentlemen, right? If you were a ruckman against Nick Meese, why wouldn't you get away from him and jump over him?
Because he's able to hold his ground so well. And again, he gets the front position. Down to Jolly. Ball over the back there. Masters working with Myers, who kicks up the line, up to centre wing. Here's Sipos. He's just paddling the ball in front of him. Working there with the headband is Morris, who's being tidied up clearly. It's Morris laying the tackle, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Half forward now for Williamstown. 65 plays 47.
Stoney, he imposes himself on the contest, and he's been so dominant for so long now that he has a reputation where if you're going to come up against him, we've got a free kick here for holding. I think it's the man at the moment that's going to get a free kick here. But
a young ruckman would sort of say, okay, I'm going to jump over this bloke. I'm going to let him do what he does and just jump like a basketball jump. I just find him. I know he's a good ruckman, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he's just such an imposing opponent. He almost put it straight down the throat of his opponent there in Spencer. No mark was taken. Now Casey's in danger of conceding one. They've had such a great defensive third term, clearing ball out. Can Angus Scott get a break on Charleston? He's still leading Charleston to the ball, but Charleston did very well to corral him in and win it back. Gibbons, half forward in front of the jumpy thing. It's all working out. It's in the hands of Masters.
I thought we worked out what that was before.
The trapeze.
Trapeze.
A giant drop of some description there as well. Inside 50, out the back. Mark taken by Ace Cordy. If it's paid, it won't be.
It's going the other way, yeah, because it was in front of the contest, and that's fair enough too.
So Spencer clears the ball out. Wiedemann didn't get close enough to that one. Greiser, hand pass out. Wheeler, look away sort of kick is no good, and Trengove takes the mark. As he know. All right. It's a bit chaotic, this passage at the moment. In play still, Kavara. Hand pass off to Wheeler, left foot, top of the square, and I think Hutchins killed that one off. It's off hands and a minus score. 10-6-66, Williamstown. Casey 7-5-47, Holmes, Glen at scoreboard. I think that's the first score we've had in the wild.
Yep, it is, as this ball coming out from fullback. A long kick.
Well done.
Nicely done, Collis. And now they've got some run on centre wing. Casey, a long ball going up towards half forward. It's inside the 50. It's going to bounce towards the boundary line. It won't be kept in. And unfortunately for Bailey Fritsch, he watches it go over the line. Around the grounds, what's happening in all courts.
Half time, and Richmond 5-8-38 leading Collingwood at 1-3-9. As I said, Mason Cox getting their first goal very late in that second term for the Magpies. So far so good for Richmond.
Ball tossed back in here. 19 minutes gone in the third quarter. It's tapped down beautifully. Silver service to Gibbons, who throws it on the boot. Hutchins at the back though on centre wing. Did he get over the top of Cordy? He did. Over his shoulder. It'll be a free kick to Ace. True centre wing position on the bay side. Jack Hutchins can't believe it. Just throwing his hands up going, what did I do? Meanwhile, the kick going long from Cordy. No one could take the mark. It was nicely done there by Sipos, threw the handball out, and Bramble is tackled over the line. And a little bit of push and shove near the fence as well. Good the breeze hasn't gone too far because my vehicle's down there somewhere. Do not want to smash window, and a free kick actually is being given away.
I have the exact same concern, Peter.
As the kick going long. Who's going to fly the pack? Kilty is one of those. It felt as a Jai. Just hurled on the boot by Hewlett into a very vacant half-forward position. The runners come. Brayshaw going volleyball style to Kennedy Harris. Works it back into a dangerous position. Working their sing for Williamstown. Meese. They should work this out. Newman. Oh, he turned the footy over. He kicked it straight to Declan Kilty, who may be within range. He doesn't want to kick it. He'll be 60 from goal. So he's just going to put it up to the top of the square. It's a high ball. Wiedemann over the back. No, I could take it. It's wrong towards the goal line and goes through for a behind. 7-7-49, plays 10-6-66. Williamstown leading into time on in this third quarter. Coverage for Holmesglen, the home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trade qualifications, or sign up your apprentice today. Holmesglen.edu.au or Anytime Fitness. You up for the challenge? Dare yourself and join Anytime Fitness today.
Dorgan toward the bay, but it comes back inside 50. A wayward ball that lands in among the faithful. Bounds on the full, and it's going to be claimed here by Charleston. Again, he's only looking one way. And then he's toward the bayside wing. No, eventually just went to the middle, kicked to a 2-on-1. Not a great ball by Jack Charleston. Turnover. Hutchins went backward. It was okay. Now it's in the hands of Trengove. Fritsch takes a chest mark.
He's a good player, this young bloke. I reckon that, yeah, look out AFL teams. I reckon they look at this kid can play the game.
Yep, I'm sure recruiters taking plenty of notes on Bailey Fritsch.
So we kick goals either side of the half-time break.
Did he shake his head?
No.
If this is a goal...
Can't reveal too much.
If this is a goal, the margin's down to 12 points. At one stage, it was 49. Left foot's on the way. Casey back in it. 8-6-54. That's the Demons. Williamstown 10-6-66. Holmesglen scoreboard time on in the third term, and the comeback is almost complete.
Holmesglen, Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sports business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018. Well, Stoney, they're back within touch, but you feel they've just got to get themselves in front, I think, to have any chance in the final term.
Yeah, you think that this breeze is obviously going to favour Williamstown this last quarter, but it's about their way they're attacking the ball, and they've stopped, as I said, the ball around the stoppages with Casey getting their hands more on the ball, which is good.
So they've really just had the ascendancy in the midfield here. Casey Meese trying his hardest, got it back down to Willie Wheeler, but it's been taken off him by Brayshaw, who finds Ajay, who's got some space. He kicks a long ball, looking for Fritsch, and the back takes the mark!
There's that pin going.
He has two to beat, Bailey Fritsch. And he did it well in the end, used his body nicely. Chance for his fourth to make the margin. One straight kick. He'll kick from 15 metres out. Plenty of goal face to look at. Deliberate approach. He's kicked two in this quarter, one in the second. In he comes, and he kicks the goal. 4 goals for Bailey Fritsch. Holmesglen scoreboard, there's one straight kick in at 24 minutes gone almost. 10-6-66 Williamstown. Casey 9-6-60.
Okay, now it comes down to Williamstown. Now Sam Donnell is indicating to the bench he's going to go behind the ball. Now I've seen this ploy happen many times before. Sammy will try and direct traffic from the back line, and he goes in there right now.
As I said, the margin was 49 points in favour of Williamstown in the second term. Fritsch kicked his first goal of the game. It was a wonderful set shot on this base side of the ground, and ever since, Casey have whittled it down to 6, and they've got time to not only level the scores but perhaps extend it before three-quarter time. In the hands of Trengove, pushed out of it by Charleston, who could never claim it himself. Boundary throwing.
And it's the Demons listed players, the Melbourne listed players, who are making the difference in that midfield. And then Bailey Fritsch up forward.
Cordy and Spencer in the ruck here. Spencer in front, but Cordy got his hand over the top. Brayshaw, look away handball. Found Cordy, who gets brought down by Spencer. 55 out from Casey's goal.
Question for you, Stoney. Is Andy Collins coaching from the bench today?
Yes, he is.
As usual?
As usual, with the headset on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the exact same setup for Andy Collins. The earphones are in, no doubt. Is it headset or earphones?
Earphones.
Thank you. Out of bounds on the full here. Casey, get it back, and Hutchins goes inboard. It's a dangerous one for Kennedy Harris. Zajai out the back. Hand pass got pickpocketed. Donnell, Masters, Gibbons, out wide. Bramble, suddenly Williamstown need a goal. Bramble took a daring bounce, 45 metres, just hurried his kick and missed. Potentially a handy point, even though it's only the third term. 10-6, 10-7, 67 to 9-6-60. Homesplan
scoreboard, yeah. The kick out here from Morris finds Gent in the back pocket. Wouldn't want to go too early on that, but you may be right. Dion Johnston has it. Still inside defensive 50 for Casey, looking to go under the roadside, the expensive Hope side of the grounds. As this kick going up towards centre wing. Forks been quiet today. Fell to the back. Fritsch was there. Now he's got to get on his bike. Stretch just holding things up. And now Kennedy, who's going to kick a high ball. This is going to drift all the way. It's an open goal square. And Burns it through!
It's a goal of the day.
He's first for the afternoon. The margin is it level or 1 point? It's 1 point the difference.
So that point did count there from Bramble?
Yes, it did.
Absolutely it did. 10-7-67 Williamstown. And Casey 10-6-66. And we've gone almost 27 minutes in this third quarter. And that's on the Homesplan scoreboard. Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018. What a game we've got for you in the qualifying final. Here on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
Down to 1 point. Can you believe it? Back in the middle. Free kick. Williamstown's way. It's going to be claimed by Adam Markon. That was Asmis, got a clearing ball inside 50, but it has to come back. So the Seagulls holding on by a thread. But they have the breeze in the final term. Markon comes off his line. High kick, right half forward. Hutchins again went up. He's been good, Hutchins. Off hands, now it's Kennedy Harris down the line. Wiedemann takes the mark. He's got to turn around and look at what's ahead. Doesn't seem to be in a rush, Sam Wiedemann. He's holding on to this one for a while. Then he goes short to Gent.
Slow play.
There is a demon in the middle of the ground begging for the ball. It's Collis. Finally, Gent high along the half forward. Hewlett's underneath. Bug pushed out of the contest. Newman out the back for the Seagulls. Look away. Handball was good there from Markon. Jolie gets pushed over the line. Demons fans happy with that one from Dion Johnston. Boundary throwing.
Scoreboard's been updated, but Stoney, they're being roughed up at the moment here, the Seagulls. They haven't had this too often this season.
No, they've taken it up to them, the Casey Demons. They've really challenged themselves to really have a crack in this third quarter.
So ball thrown back in. No one can take it away cleanly. Johnston there. There's a throw. It's a free kick going the way of the Seagulls. 28.5 minutes gone. Brett Bewley to take it, half back. Well, look to just go up the line. It's a good kick. It's a high ball. No one can take it off hands. Kavara trapped it nicely. He's kicked 55 out, going across the face of goal. Right here into the path of Dorgan, who's going to wheel back. He's in a bit of trouble. And getting onto it is Kilty. He's dragged down. The umpire holds for a while and will throw the ball up.
Is there a dog up in the commentary box up there?
I think it's a Labrador.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, there is. That's not an artificial sound effect of a dog there,
Stoney. Stoney, it's a seeing eye dog. So.
Not sure what it would bring to the coverage if it was a sound effect. Anyway, the ball here, off hands. No one can take it from the contest. We're going to do it again. Umpire will throw it up.
Just below us to our left.
Do you know what? I haven't seen anybody buying ice cream this afternoon from Mr. Whippy.
We were having this conversation a couple of years ago at the Whitten Oval, weren't we, Stoney?
We were.
That was a freezing day. It was colder than this. Anyway, quickly out of the pack. Casey looking just to get out of the danger area. Comes off hands from Kennedy. Oh, that's a high tackle on Bramble. And not paid by the umpire. Oh, the umpire said throw up.
See, I think I heard a whistle, and certain players seem to react to whatever sound I heard.
Well, I thought Bramble was taken high.
I thought play had stopped there.
Anyway, we're still at centre half forward here for Williamstown. The ball tapped down as This is going to be play on. Collis got it down, but it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Demons. And it'll be Corey Maynard to take it. Last line of defence for the Demons. He kicks towards the bayside. They all fly. Wiedemann got up high, couldn't bring it to ground. Now opportunities, Bewley taken off the footy. Forks on hands and knees, lost a handle on it. Kennedy Harris going to work against Wheeler. Wheeler trying to go volleyball style. Kennedy Harris picked it up, was taken over the line, and we'll have it thrown in. True centre wing position, right in front of Mark Stone.
This is not a soft game, this game. This is a very tough game of football, this one.
30 and a half minutes gone.
If Williamstown go into three-quarter time up, I feel like that's a massive win. Just if they give up another score here, then it might just dent their confidence a little bit. Kavara, been somewhat quiet today, Kavara, inside 50. Kilty dropped the mark when he should have taken it. It's okay. Teammates were there to save the day. Wagner sends it on the left, and Zajai is the man underneath. Newman didn't quite read it in flight as well as he would have liked. No mark, and ground level for a ball up is the final result of that one.
So 6 goals in this quarter for Casey to nothing.
It's been a fine comeback.
Not nothing, but they've kicked 4 behinds.
Mark onto the right, and Donnell got rid of his man, took a good mark. That man was Wagner. So Sam Donnell, the ex-Saints. Very good player at this level, Stoney. Up towards half forward he goes. Now Masters or Schultz, one of them got held on to the back. Kilty took the mark. Sorry, Stoney.
He's been good, this player, in this quarter, Kilty.
Yep, he's a good mark as he goes down the line here. Now King pushed out of it by Meese. Out the back, that's going to bounce over the line for a boundary throw in. 10-7-67 Williamstown. Casey, 10-6-66 on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. 32 minutes have just ticked by in this third term.
Now, Justin Platt spent some time here at Williamstown, so I'm sure he would love to knock the locals off in this game.
Ball tossed back in. It holds up in the breeze. Meese getting the front position yet again, but it falls to Kennedy right near the line. He's being tackled by Markon. Got the handball across to Brayshaw, trying to go over the top, looking for Maynard. The boundary line wins out. Our coverage here on Peter Jackson VFL Live for Holmes Glen. Home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trade qualifications, or sign up your apprentice today. homesglen.edu.au. And Anytime Fitness. Are you up for the challenge? Dare yourself and join Anytime Fitness today. Love the game. Peter Jackson VFL final series from the contest. It's Willie Wheeler just tacking it towards the 50, and there is your siren. What a quarter from Casey. They've roared back into the contest, but have they done enough? They had the breeze, and they certainly made best use of it. And at three-quarter time on the Holmes Glen scoreboard, it is a 1-point ball game. Williamstown 10-7-67 leading Casey 10-6-66. They put on 6 goals, 3 in that quarter, and for Williamstown they were held goalless, just the 4 behinds in that quarter. For Williamstown, the goal kickers 2 goals each to Donnell, Schultz and Sipos, and singles to Kavara. So they went through to the prelim, they get a week off.
Yep, Casey have not led all day. They conceded the first of the day. It got out to 49 points at one point in the second term, and they've whittled that down to 1. This is going to be a war of attrition in this final term. We wait for the last of the spectators to vacate the arena.
Gates are shut. Ball is aloft in the umpire's hand. Here we go. A 1-point ball game as we head into the final quarter on Peter Jackson VFL Live.
King and Meese. And King out-jumped Meese. Won the tap down. Ball ricochets out toward the wing. Picked up by Wheeler. Tried to set up Gibbons. Is he going to keep it in play here, Gibbons? Not quite. Pressure was coming immediately, and it goes out of play near the Williamstown bench. The pressure came from Gent, and we have a boundary throw in.
So Casey going to try and win the game, not be defensive. They're going to try and win the game with attacking play.
As they should.
Correct.
That's the only way. Throw in. They're not going to win controlling this one, are they? They have to score. Toward the city end of the ground, which has not seen much action today. Umpire throws it up. Gent, only one thing in mind, I reckon, that time, and that was boundary, and he got it. So we'll start again. They lost James Munro very early in the piece, opening minutes of the game. That's Casey. Boundary throw in. Meese in front of King. Mark on. Applies the pressure there on Johnston. Trengove missed it. Myers. Kennedy missed it. There's a throw somewhere in there, and it's going to be a Casey ball. So they started this third term very, very well. They got a goal in the opening minute. And the man that was involved in that passage was Angus Brayshaw, and he's got it now. Sends the Demons inside 50. Forks went up uncontested. Didn't take the mark though. Ground level, Kennedy, Gibbons. Got it off his little teammate. Little kick didn't go far. Brayshaw's got it back. Evaded the tackler. Went to the hot spot. Ball fisted down. Ground level. Newman overruns it. Beaten to it there by Scott. Picks up. Has a shot. Casey fights. They haven't led all day until now. 11-6, 72 the Demons. Williamstown 10-7, 67. Holmes Glen scoreboard. The D's have just got in front. They were down by 49 points.
Bit of Angus Brayshaw magic there with weaved in and out of traffic. Got his hand on the ball a couple of times. Sent the ball forward, and you're right, Adam. They haven't led all day, and it's 2 minutes and 20 into the last quarter. So can the Willie boys respond? Andy Collins had asked them at three-quarter time. You must be disciplined. You'll play both ways, and you forwards must do the job.
It's in the midfield. They are winning this contest hands down this second half. Ball back in the middle. Tap down King into the ruck for Casey. Down to Brayshaw. He got across to Billy Stretch. Still inside the centre square. He kicks out wide. Well, Zajai's got his task here. He paddles it in front of him. Singh there trying to hold him up. He tackles him over the line. And we'll have it thrown in this quarter. Peter Jackson, VFL Live Football for Bowls Victoria. Bowls Victoria's Play Bowls month in October. More details at bowlsvic.org.au. Just click on the Play Bowls Month icon for a list of come and try bowls activities at a club near you. Ball tossed back in. Squally breeze now at Burbank Oval. It's going nowhere in a hurry. Willie Wheeler picks it up, trying to go around his body. Got plenty of height, not the length though. It comes off hands. Kennedy Harris did well to bug. Back to Stretch. There's a bit going on behind play. Keep an eye on it, Adam. There's a kick going inside 50, and Scott comes out and takes the mark. The little fracas has been resolved. They all go their separate ways.
Cooler has prevailed that time.
Will line up. He's kicked 3 goals today. He'll kick from just on the 50. Only the slightest of angles. A chance to extend the margin.
Getting very cool here too.
For the Demons. Comes with the territory, Stoney. Is Scott right on the paint of 50. He's given it every opportunity to carry the pack. Nope, off hands. And through for a behind.
Here's that point.
11-7-73 playing 10-7-67. As this ball going in long, Adam. It's a high ball. Chance again for Casey to try and bring it back in. As Cordy was swung around, he put the handball up, Stretch. It comes off his hands. Now an opportunity again for the Demons. Gent right near the boundary line. He was pushed off his kick at the crucial moment and put it out of bounds on the full. Turnover, free kick going the way of Williamstown.
So suddenly, the possibility of extra time is in play.
Well, yeah,
Wheeler.
didn't think about that. Gee.
Inboard he goes. Bewley takes the mark and kept on running. A great hit up there for Charleston. Saw the man over the top. Dorgan back to Charleston. Just misjudged the ball there, and he gets brought down by Kilty. Free kick, Casey Demons.
He needed to get. There was a player on over the top. They would have had a certain goal at him.
This is Thomas Bugg. Takes a bounce. Left foot down the line. Zajai in the region. Bouncing ball, evaded a couple. Who's going to pick it up? No one really wants it at the moment. Bewley, quick handball in board was good for Markon. Jolly, switching pass. Chisari's got space. There are 2 options inside 50. He might go himself. Holding on there, Cordy hits the post. So Cordy was being held onto just a little bit there. No free kick. The kick from Chisari landed into the goalpost, and it's a minor score. High drama at Burbank Oval.
Yeah, Homestead scoreboard 10-8-68 plays 11-7-73. It's Casey leading. Is the kick going long from Stretch outside the 50? Found Kennedy right near the boundary line. His kick smothered by Brett Bewley, and we'll have it thrown in right near the interchange gates.
This month of football, when it comes to spring,
It just goes up again. Oh, it does, doesn't it? That's why we get excited.
It's magnificent.
Ball to be
Very loose with spring there, Stoney.
ball tossed back in. Well, the equinox is until the 21st. That's the true start of spring. Not to be technical about it, but Stretch picked it up here from the contest. Across to Brayshaw, who finds a free player in Bug, who cuts him board. Found a player there by hand. It's Kennedy, who kicks up towards centre half forward. Big contest. No one could get possession there. Fritsch was just held off it. Working there, Charleston, Dorgan, back in the middle of the ground. It ends up with Markon, who got the handball received from Jolly. His kick going long into the forward pocket. This favouring Cordy. He got rid of Hutchins. He's right near the boundary line. Will he square up? He'll have the shot. He's now going to be wrapped up in the tackle. Managed to get the ball away. They're still under pressure here, the Demons. It's right near the line. The umpire will throw it in.
Good footy that was.
It's 5 metres around from the Williamstown goal. 73 plays 68. Casey leading. Almost 7 minutes gone in this final quarter on the Homesland scoreboard. Ball tossed back in. Good throw in from the boundary umpire. It's down to ground. Meese getting it down. Stretch just trying to get out of the pack. He kicked it straight to Markon. His high ball. It's going to be play on off hands. It falls to ground. Working there is Brayshaw. Went head first. Put the ball down. Kennedy. Handballs over his head. They're still inside defensive 50 here, Casey. Oh, nice tap down into path of Sajai. Doing well there. It was a nice work from Hewlett. His kick, those being turned over. And coming in and taking the relieving mark is Curry for the Seagulls on centre wing.
Nick Singh was begging for it in the corridor, but he goes longer and more direct. Donnell takes the mark for the Seagulls.
How do you get that?
A goal puts them back in front.
He'll kick this.
Just stuck in the mid, Stoney.
Yeah, he's in the middle of the pack. Good set of hands.
Made it look easy. 8 minutes into this final term. On ladder, it's 1v4. But these two teams are two of the very best in the Peter Jackson VFL, and they're putting on a wonderful show as Sam Donnell puts Williamstown back in front. Goal number 3 for number 3. And it's 11-8-74 to 11-7-73 on the Homesland scoreboard. 8 gone final term.
Homesland, Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018 in this quarter for Bowls Victoria. Bowls Victoria's Play Bowls Month in October. More details at bowlsvic.org.au. Just click on the Play Bowls Month icon for a list of come and try bowls activities at a club near you. We'll go around the grounds in a moment, find out what's happening over at Port Melbourne, but meanwhile here it's a 1-point ball game. 11-8-74 playing 11-7-73 on Peter Jackson VFL Live. I love the game final series. We'll have a take 2 on the bounce. We're certainly loving this game at the moment.
Tigers by 11 points around the grounds. Collingwood's had a good start to that third term.
All right, this ball now thrown up in the middle. Meese couldn't get a run at it. Well done, Spencer.
See, there you go, right?
And advantage 2 to the Demons. As Kennedy putting it in towards the 50. It's bump ball. No mark taken. Forks laying the tackle. And the umpire says, give it to me.
Did you see that ruck contest then? He waited till got in, and he got in front of the Meese and got the tap out.
So it was Hewlett there with the bump ball. Let's see what happens here. Meese is going to have it all to himself again, just pushing off Spencer. It's inside 50 for the Demons. Little kick out there for the Seagulls. An opportunity mark on going behind him. Into the path here of Gibbons. He's going to be worried off the footy. Morris, he went without it too. It's a hot footy at the moment on centre wing. They pile in on top. The umpire will throw it up. 1-point ball game. Almost 10 gone in the final quarter of the qualifying final. Meese getting the tap down. Morris, he's wrapped up in the tackle by Schultz. Going nowhere. The umpire will throw it up. Oh, what a game. A way to start off the Love the Game final series. As just stealing the ball there was Markon, wrapped up in the tackle, got it back to Meese. Willie Wheeler almost 360. Still got some teammates here. Schultz, who's on centre wing, will kick deep inside the 50. Oh, mark! Yeah, that's going to be paid. It's going to be paid to Sipos. Hutchins did everything he possibly could to stop Sipos taking the mark, but he was in good position, good body work, and he got the job done. He will line up and have a shot from 35 metres out on the 45. So Aaron Sipos today has kicked the 2 goals
He'll kick this.
Important here. Breeze picking up again. He steps inside the 50. It's on the way. It looks very good. That's his third. 7 points the margin now. 11 gone final quarter. 12-8-80 Williamstown. Casey 11-7-73 on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. Peter Jackson VFL live coverage for Holmes Glen, the home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trade qualifications, or sign up your apprentice today. homesglen.edu.au. and Anytime Fitness. Are you up for the challenge? Dare yourself and join Anytime Fitness today. You called it, Stoney. You just feel now that Williamstown just getting the momentum back in this game.
Well, their big players step up. So Danelle and both Sipos are very important players this team.
Mason Cox having a good game for Collingwood. He has led the comeback against the Tigers. That margin's down to 11 points. Here at 7. As we approach a halfway mark of the final term, we'll have a ball up. After the centre bounce, and the umpire will regain the ball now and throw it up for both Spencer and Cordy. Off the ground there went Mark on inside 50. The Gulls are looking for another one. Here is Sam Donnell. The magician, when he's got the ball, gets around Hilty. Right foot. Oh, don't tell me! Sam Donnell! Wow. 14-8. Or 13-8-86, I should say. That's Williamstown. Casey 11-7-73. Suddenly 13 points on the Holmes Glen scoreboard in favour of the Gulls.
Goal of the day.
That's why he is the best player in this competition that far, because of stuff like that. His leadership on the ground is second to none. People that play with him say that he's an inspiration, and when he does things like that and brings obviously the crowd to light, he's a super player.
Oh, and that's lifted the crowd no end too. Don't worry about that. What if Casey got left in the tank? Ball back in the middle. Tap down. Spencer and Meese, no one could get it. Just tacked on the boot there from Jolly, trying to send it forward, but a good mark. Taken in the end by Collis. And this is Dylan Collis. Point of the square defensive side. His kick is okay. Found Brayshaw. Centre wing.
They need to get a goal.
Expensive home side of the ground. Kick is short. Now they're going to just take their time here, just chip it around, because Bailey Fritsch has the ball. And about 5 metres forward, but 20 metres across. The kick now up towards the half forward. It's going to be turned over, and Cordy's taken the mark. Ball taken out of his hands.
Bit of tempo footy. Slow the ball down.
Yep.
Waste of time.
So at half back, Ace Cordy throws it up towards centre wing, off hands. Now plenty of opportunity here for the Casey side. Wagner sold his teammate into all sorts of trouble. Skilty taking his time to get up, and we'll have it thrown up. Centre wing on the road side. Williamstown with the ascendancy. Ball tossed back up. No one's going to get clear of the contest, and Kennedy Harris run into the turf. We'll do it all again. We'll see if we can get another score update from Northport Oval there. Adam, as he mentioned, Collingwood coming back into that contest in the third quarter. Here we're in the fourth quarter. 14.5 minutes gone. As Charleston just going to throw it on the boot. It's going the distance. Oh, Sipos again takes the mark. Had the sits, and he's taken it again. Chance at goal number 4. He'll kick 20 metres out, pretty much directly in front. And this will almost put the contest beyond doubts.
It's like Batman and Robin, these two. Him and Sam Donnell. Sipos, Sam Donnell.
Yep, they're not a team, they are. And if he puts this through, they're almost at the prelim. In he comes. Crowd will tell the story. Goal number 4. And Williamstown looking very good. 14-8-92. They lead Casey 11-7-73. 15.5 gone in this final quarter for Holmes Glen. Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018. in this quarter for Bowls Victoria. Bowls Victoria's Play Bowls month in October. More details at bowlsvic.org.au. Just click on the Play Bowls month icon for a list of come and try bowls activities at a club near you. 8
goals between the ex-Saints, Dunell and Sipos around the grounds. 4 goals in a row for Collingwood, and it's back within a kick there. 6-9-45 Richmond, Collingwood. 6-5-45. That one is at Fort Burns Stadium. That's where we'll be tomorrow. Bulldogs and Bombers. Williamstown go inside 50, and Aaron Sipos takes a one-hander. This is what we saw in the second term. This is showtime stuff from Williamstown. They are kicking away now. It's already 19 points.
Gee, don't they wish they had the prelim here? Way up the road to Port Melbourne, but goodness me.
Well, what a time to step up and kick it back. That's what's on offer for Aaron Sipos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Aaron Sipos. And perhaps a prelim coming up for Williamstown. 15-8-98. They lead Casey 11-7, 73, 17 gone final term. Holmes Glen scoreboard. Loved the game final series, and it started with a bang with 2 pretty good games taking place today.
Pretty easy footy, isn't it? Get out of the middle, kick the ball long to afford to take a mark, kick a goal.
Absolutely.
No, it's not hard, is it?
Absolutely. Well, 17 minutes gone here in the final quarter. 98 plays 73. Immediate response required for the Demons as the ball here. King trying to get the ball to ground, and no one's going to get clear from the contest. And we'll have it thrown up. No, free kick.
W squared.
Yep, to Willie Wheeler.
Cubed.
Into the square. Cubed with the Williamstown. Into the square defensive side for Williamstown. 1 kick and they'll be inside 50. That's what's happening. Over the back. Sipos again just couldn't take the mark. And now Stacks on. The umpire will come in and throw it up. Centre half forward for Williamstown. 15-8-98 to 11-7-73. Almost 18 gone in this final term. Ruckman nominates. King going to work. Meese as well. Tapped it down to Gibbons. His ball goes up and down, and the fist comes in, heading towards the boundary line. This ball will be kept in. It will for Maynard. He's tackled by Myers, and the umpire says ball up, not throw in. A bit of a scuffle too. A little bit of push and shove sort of stuff there. Nothing really in it, although they want to be careful. Brett Bewley just getting himself involved.
The old emergency umpire doesn't have much to do during the day, but he come out and have a look.
Yeah, getting a bit cold.
Yeah.
Just wanted a bit of a run around. So it will be a throw up in the end. Into attack here for Williamstown. Half forward, Brayshaw coming through. At the back there, Bug going to be bumped off the footy. Well done there by Newman, whose handball handed straight to Zajai, who just goes around the body up to centre wing. That fist being put in there for Williamstown as working here. Willie Wheeler tackled by Kennedy. 360 and the umpire says throw it up. This true centre wing position right in front of Mark Stone. It's on the bay side. 15-8-98 Williamstown. Casey 11-7-73. 19 gone in this final quarter. Holmes Glen scoreboard.
Steady in goal for the Tigers. Anthony Miles has kicked that 10-point lead in favour of Richmond over Collingwood around the grounds as Charleston gives it to Jolly. And the old man kicks out of bounds on the full.
You won't
so
like
Demons will
it
get it back. 250 plus games at this level. It's a remarkable career that he's had. Wagner runs in board, came off his line, gets his kick away, and Cube takes the mark. Centre wing. It's Wheeler. He looks ahead. Chisari offered a half lead at centre half forward. He goes longer than that. Does Wheeler. Bit of a fly there from Archon, but staying in front was Cordy. Ace Cordy kicked a goal in the second term. Having a good last quarter as well as Ace. He can just about finish it off for good here. As we tick into time on final term. It's been such a classy performance by Williamstown today. They were tested. Casey, in fact, got in front early in this last quarter with an Angus Scott goal. But they have steadied brilliantly. This will raise the ton as well on the Holmes Glen scoreboard as Cordy misses. Only just snuck that one in for a point. In fact, goal umpire worked a long way to their right. 15-9-99 plays 11-7-73 Holmes Glen scoreboard. And we are at the time on final term as Trengove goes to himself.
Yeah, and goes for a run and kicks wide, too wide. It's out of bounds on the full. He's turned it over. And Marco Masters is going to take the free kick. Lee Masters, not too far out to score, maybe. He's 60 from goal. Maybe just going to just pop it up. That's what he does. And they're going to fly. Hutchins is there. Almost the mark to the front to Sipos. Now he's forced to lay the tackle. And no one's going anywhere. The umpire will get in pretty quickly for this. 99 plays 73, 21 gone in the final quarter here on Peter Jackson VFL Live. The Love the Game final series. Meese getting the tap down, but no one getting anywhere in a hurry. Bewley was just taken off the footy. Quick kick out of the pack, into the top of the goal square. Donnell being harassed by Tringo. Just pushed it back. Wheeler just need to get boot to ball. Couldn't do so. Needs to be careful here. Hutchins worked it across. Gent 360'd in the tackle. Wheeler picked it up. Mark on's there as well. He's wrapped up by Zajan. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Right near the goal line here for Williamstown. Well, one more goal definitely seal it, but I think it's pretty much done now. But we'll wait and see as this ball's tossed up right to the top of the goal square. Hutchins, a couple of players including Bewley jumping over the top of him. He's wrapped up, and we'll have it thrown up again. Point of the goal square now for Williamstown. As it's tossed up, Meese again trying to get it down. No one can find any space. Another stalemate here. And a bit of push and shove too. I don't think Maynard was liking the attention there from Ace Cordy. Bit of sort of push and shove style. One more time, let's see if we can get this going. Holding, free kick. It's going Williamstown's way and it's going to Nick Meese, who will have the shot point blank range. And this, a bit of icing on the cake now for the Seagulls.
After these kicks, Tony, I've got a curly one for you. But I'll wait for the kick. Well, it might not be too curly, actually. It might be pretty straightforward. We'll see. See what Nick Meese does here first.
Nick Meese to push Williamstown over 100 again this season. He kicks, he goals. They get to him. The big man's got a goal on the board, just his fourth for the season. 16-9-105 Williamstown. Casey 11-7-73, 23 minutes gone in this final term on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. And this quarter for Bowls Victoria. Bowls Victoria's Play Bowls month in October. More details at bowlsvic.org.au. Just click on the Play Bowls month icon for a list of come and try bowls activities at a club near you.
Mark Stone across all levels of football. Are we watching the, stay with me here, 19th best team in the land, if you know what I mean?
19th best team in the land.
Yeah, opposed outside of the AFL.
Yeah, I'm hearing that. Oh, it's certainly a well-constructed team, and the recruiting staff at Willie do a wonderful job year by year getting the best players. They would certainly challenge that. There's a lot of good sides in state football I've seen. So, but something for debate, no doubt.
Well, I think they just about are. This team is absolutely magnificent. They're rollicking away toward it. Yet another prelim final in the Peter Jackson VFL as Jack Hutchins fumbles the ball out of play. Boundary throw in. And the locals are sure to let him know about his mistake. They've got a front up again next week. Their opponent still undecided. Tigers holding on by 11 points against Collingwood around the grounds. 105-73. A fantastic win for a fantastic footy club coming up. Ground level through the legs. Jay Kennedy Harris tackled out of it by Myers. Ended up with Sipos. Long range handball inboard. Newman missed it, pushed out of it there. And Johnston did well to get his hand pass out. Stretch can go for a dash.
No one
There's absolutely no one to go to. Potentially guilty. Went backward for the time being. Wagner. Stretch. Has to get away from Donnell. Does. Down the line he goes and turns it over. Nick Singh has the ball for the Seagulls. These locals are absolutely loving this.
Wait for when the siren goes.
They'll be going to Port Melbourne in 2 weeks. They could be on their way yet again to Etihad Stadium. Boundary throw in. Expensive properties side of the ground.
I reckon you could afford something over there, Stoney?
Front door.
Yeah. Even that's out of my pay scales. The ball's tossed back in. Centre wing. No one can grab it for the contest.
VFL Live don't pay that much.
Tell me about a stretch. This ball holds up in the breeze and goes out of bounds on the full. It'll be a free kick to the Seagulls. It's very overcast.
Yeah, it's getting dark, isn't it?
But on the positive side for our man on the boundary today, no rain, no precipitation at all. You've done well, Stoney.
Yeah, I've done well. It's been great.
You've done particularly well. Very impressive. There's this kick from centre wing. Going inside the 50. Meese, almost the grab, couldn't take it. Dumping tackle there from Wagner. And massive players around the footy. It'll be thrown up. Inside 50 for Williamstown, 16-9-105 to 11-7-73. 26 minutes gone in the final quarter. Bewley coming through. Oh, yes, please! Yes, please! He kicks it. Now that's his first for today. 17-9-111, plays 11-7-73. We've gone 26 and a half minutes in this final quarter on the Holmes Glen scoreboard. Holmes Glen, Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now for 2018. In this quarter for Bowls Victoria. Bowls Victoria's Play Bowls month in October. More details at bowlsvic.org.au. Just click on the Play Bowls month icon for a list of come and try bowls activities at a club near you.
Reckon you'd know a little bit about sports media education. Peter Mercado,
yes.
Three-quarter time, 7:10:52. Richmond leading Collingwood 6-5-41. So the quarter to go there.
Low
at
scorer
Fort Burns
there.
Stadium. Bounce down in the middle. That's a very good bounce. It's Myers that has it for Williamstown. Tackled out of it by Johnston. Brayshaw won it back. Hand pass was a little wayward there for Scott. Went wide by hand. Went looking for Collis. Kennedy in the region as well, but Marcon did very well to win the ball back. Then he receives the handball from Newman. Marcon, short little pass, just 15 metres.
Wonder who Stoney's going to talk to after the game.
He's going to start
Any
thinking
thoughts,
about
Stoney?
that one.
Yeah, I've started thinking about it.
Okay.
All right, we'll have our eyes peeled for our man Stoney at ground level when the siren goes here. Here's Donnell. And he's tackled out of play by Wagner. Boundary throwing.
He might be in contention. I reckon number 14 might be in contention too.
No, this one doesn't.
So the Sipos Donnell
Not
combination.
49 again.
Have I interviewed him before?
I'll talk to him.
I was going to say the Sipos Donnell combination, 9 goals between them today. 9 different goal kickers on the ground for Williamstown as the umpire brings this in. I think King was uncontested at that one. Really didn't even bother nominating a ruckman for that one, in fact. We'll have another ball up here in the forward pocket.
Right near that hashtag, Adam, that says we stand alone.
As I said, they are one of the best teams in the land at this level in all of state footy. You've got to factor in back when it was in existence, the Foxtel Cup. Williamstown won 2 of those.
Yep. I was in Perth for one of them.
One under Peter German, the other under Andy Collins. Then they beat Box Hill in a VFL Grand Final only 2 years ago. They've done so much, this current crop of Seagulls, and it's Schultz that goes in board. Hand pass too hot though that time for Bramble. He has to go back and put some pressure on Collis. Did put him down. Jolly fed out the little handball. Schultz overrunning it though. Tippett. Now Bewley, he has to do some tackling. Ball up.
So our Peter Jackson VFL live coverage for Holmes Glen, the home of the trades. Apply now for pre-apprenticeships and post-trades qualifications, or sign up your apprentice today. homesglen.edu.au and Anytime Fitness. You're up for the challenge. Do yourself and join Anytime Fitness today. As whistle, free kick. It's going the way of Williamstown. And it's going to be Ace Cordy to take it. Almost 30 minutes gone.
So what that one was, that was, who was it? That was Dylan Collis. Not obviously the nominated ruckman getting the first touch from that ball up. So that's what that free kick was for.
Pleased to know, Stoney, the lights on the gelati truck, the ice cream truck are on. Dark it's gotten here.
Still no customers.
No, just touting for business. We're over here from the paint to 50. This is a high ball. It's chipping just on the goal line and hit the post. It's hit the post. 17-11, I think. 1-13, playing 11-7-73. I'll wait for the scoreboard to do its thing. 30 minutes gone. There might actually be 17-10, 112 to 11-7-73.
Have you considered, Stoney, that the owner of that ice cream van just might be a very, very interested Peter Jackson VFL fan?
Another turnover.
Come to watch a game, mate.
It's Masters who's got it. 65 from goal. So he should just pitch it to the top of the square. That's exactly what he does. Going to fly high. King off his hands for Casey. Ball going nowhere in a hurry. The umpire will throw it up. 17-10, playing 11-7.
Nick Meese sprints in to be a part of this one.
Let's see, and he puts his hand up to nominate. Going up against King, been a good duel today. Nick Meese versus all the others. And it's going to be another free kick going Meese's way. King cannot believe it.
He's a genius, Nick Meese. He is an absolute genius. How he does it is amazing.
He wants to fatten the stats with another goal directly in front, 20 metres out. This could almost be on the siren. They've kicked 10 goals in this quarter to 1. So far, comes in, chance at number 2. He's got it.
Runs on the ground, gets a free kick, kicks a goal. Pretty easy.
18-10, 118, playing 11-7-73. We've gone 31, almost 32 minutes in this final quarter for Holmesglen on the scoreboard there. And the final quarter for Bowls Victoria. Bowls Victoria's Play Bowls Month in October. More details at bowlsvic.org.au. Just click on the Play Bowls Month icon for a list of come and try bowls activities at a club near you. And Holmesglen, Melbourne's home of hands-on sports courses with unbelievable internships. Choose to study sport business, sport development or sport media. Apply now. For 2018, as 32 minutes are gone on the clock, we only have a handful of minutes left in our coverage. Here, Adam.
And, well, this game just might still keep on going after we're due to go off air as we see Kennedy hit up Scott. Anyway. Angus Scott has a shot on goal coming up.
How long we got, Pete?
We've got about 2 minutes for our Aussie digital audience, but everyone else on the web stream, we can continue on.
Might not be any time for Stoney to go and target
there will
his
be.
man. Okay.
Need it for tomorrow. You're holding half time together, Stoney.
Angus Scott kicked a very important goal to start his last term. That was back when this game was still alive. This time he doesn't make the distance, and Bewley's the man that takes the mark. He got among the goals in this last quarter, did Brett Bewley. This one's going to go straight down the throat of Collis, although his own teammate got in his way in the end. And Jolly beaten to the ball that time by Johnson. In fact, it was Singh inside 50. That's a bad one. Turnover. Garaiza has it for the Seagulls. And he goes down the line. Hutchins. King over the top. Who was that at the back?
It was Morris.
He takes the marks and bandage around his head. Ed Morris. There you go. Yet another preliminary final coming up for Williamstown. 18-10, 118. Too good for Casey. 11-7, 73.
Have a listen to the song.
The boys from Williamstown who play beside the sea. Like the one who once for all, we strive for victory.